Hello, hello, and welcome to our, slightly different game than usual than what we were supposed to be doing, but that's okay, because I think the other one may be too horny for Twitch. I don't know. I'll probably just do a little playthrough of the other one on my own and see how it goes. Oh, cat. Hello. He said, I hear you're talking and I want to join. But yeah, so we're gonna play this one instead, which I'm not sure if this one is as horror, but like, it's pretty Halloween-y. Look at them. They look like I got a werewolf, maybe a vampire. They got the squad. The classic Halloween squad. Got some cuties to pick from, I think. So, still dating sim. Still kind of Halloween-y vibes. But yeah, here we queer and gonna date some guys and a lady. Who knows? If it's short, we'll do a bunch of playthroughs. If it's fast, then it won't. Just been out of the way. Well, hello to the yummy display called Dibs on the Sorcerer and Wolf Boy. Hey, you can go for it. I'm thinking of like... Wait, there's two Sorcerer Boys. Which one are you talking about? I'm thinking this guy at the front with a tattoo arm. Ooh, hello. Got an eyebrow slit. I am here for it. Hey, I could be in this game, maybe. I'm pretty sure it's gay. The one with the silver streak? Ooh, yes. Hello. Tell us your first name. No, I'm just like type it in. Oop. Fedry. Now your surname. I think I usually use Helsing. At least that's what I use in Persona. Aw, okay. Ask a persona's pronouns. We love it. When the night comes. Oh. Department of Enforcement, Office of Lieutenant General. You've been selected for immediate transfer and are authorized to report to the enforcement headquarters at Lunaris Escria. Please find your mission information and all other relevant documents enclosed. Once the information has been digested, we order the documents are promptly destroyed. This information is highly classified, as are all details of your relocation. Upon arrival, please report to the General Augustus Willenheim. Respectfully, Lieutenant General Harold Addington III. I arrive in Lunaris at dusk. I got an achievement for saying a word. I'm here. I've been traveling for days. My feet are sore. My eyes tired. And all I can think about is how much I need damn good sleep. I'm a hunter. And oh, I'm a hunter. You know what? The Helsing name is appropriate now. And I've been called here by the Lieutenant General of Escria to lead an investigation. The matter is apparently urgent, if the rapid way in which I've been summoned is anything to go by. The thing that you hear about in ghost stories and fables are all real things. Wow, I cannot read. And it's my duty, my purpose, to protect humanity from those creatures that go bump in the night. There have been a series of particularly violent murders here in Lunaris lately, and the local enforcers, the agency that oversees us, can't seem to put their fingers on who or what the culprit is. I was the most skilled hunter general in the previous town I was assigned to, but I eagerly welcome the change of scenery. Even if it does involve murder and a healthy dose of existential dread. Though, as I sink further into the town, the feeling that washes over me is making me wonder if I made the right choice. As if I even really had one at all. Our lives are bound, and I live to serve. As hunters, we're the only ones equipped to deal with such monstrosities. Plucked from our families at a young age, we're told that we hold an incredibly rare talent, not only in passing the secretive information that gifts us with keen senses and empathetic skills, but also in possessing the mental fortitude, intellect, and obedience necessary to ensure our effectiveness and loyalty. I steel myself and wander aimlessly through the unusually narrow streets, unable to focus on much else other than the thought of a warm meal and a comfy bed. The only thing that distracts me from such thoughts is the way the sky begins to turn an inky, infinite black. Wait, forgot to grab my water. As in, reach over and grab it from my nightstand. I turn a sharp corner and see people running, scooping up small children, scrambling to get inside. I hear the sound of doors slamming and locking, echoing off of the crooked stonework. Curtains are drawn, windows are closed, and then darkness, the abnormal kind. Although the stars are shining brightly at a glance, and the crescent moon hangs low, neither offer much light. It's unsettling to say the least. A chill rolls down my spine, and I walk faster, my sore feet continuing their protest. The instincts that have been part of me since my initiation kick in, and I have a feeling deep in the pit of my stomach that I need to get inside, and fast. I spot a mage light lantern as I head further down the street. The dull blue flame flickers invitingly in the darkness, drawing me in. I push the weathered wooden door open, and the light tinkle of the bell that hangs above my head announces my presence. It's empty, only very dimly lit by a few worn-down candles. The shelves are stocked with curious trinkets and jars of strange-looking ingredients and potions, and an apparently endless collection of dusty old books lines the walls. It smells faintly of incense, and a little of... Is that ozone? What does ozone smell like? Like burning rubber or something, maybe? Yes, like the way the air smells just before a storm. Like lightning. I hear footsteps and turn to find their owner, and I'm taken aback by the figure that appears from behind a pair of well-placed curtains. Are they sexy? Oh, hello? Oh my god, he's so cute. Or they? I don't know your pronouns yet, but you're cute. Is this the one you were talking about, Ash? Here, let me drink some tea. They give me twink energy, so, Twinkie voice, I guess. Yes. I was just closing up, but can I help you? Wide eyes burn into me. Brighter than the clearest of emeralds, his aura feels distinctly magical, and I'm very aware that I'm looking at a witch. A powerful one at that. I'm sorry to intrude, but I appear to be a little lost. I'm looking for the tavern. His gaze falls to my weapons in my sash, his cheeks darkening as realization apparently sets in. Are you the new hunter? I offer him a wry smile. Is it that obvious? He returns my smile, and I can't help but feel welcome. At home, even. Oh, just a little. It's lovely to meet you. The town has been alight with gossip about you this week, you know? My name is Ezra, by the way. I'm Fenry. It's nice to meet you, Ezra. Did anyone happen to tell you not to wander the streets when darkness falls? As capable as I'm sure you are, it's not advised, especially these days. I shake my head, still a little out of sorts from the long journey. Then, much to my embarrassment, my stomach decides to grumble loudly. How rude of me! You must be starving. Take a seat back in the back room, and I'll quickly fix you something up. You really don't have to do that. I better be on my way. You'll do no such thing. It's too dangerous out there. Please, I insist. It's no trouble, really. I can hardly refuse when he's looking at me like that. I nod and follow him as he parts the curtains to reveal a cozy living space. Is there a framed portrait of himself? That's a choice. We love that level of narcissism. There's a small kitchenette with a crooked dining table, and nestled in the corner is a tattered but comfy-looking couch. Ezra fills an old steel kettle and pops it on the stove, igniting the stubborn burner with a grunt before he turns and offers me a smile. I'm just going to pop upstairs and get you some blankets. I really do insist that you stay until morning. You must be exhausted, and I'd hate to send you out into the darkness, knowing... Aren't I a hunter? Shouldn't I be okay in the darkness? He pauses, stopping himself. Just wait here, and please make yourself comfortable. I can think of nothing worse than even walking across the street right now, let alone across town, so I swallow a polite protest. Thank you, Ezra. He disappears up a narrow staircase, and my curiosity instantly gets the better of me. A solitary candle burns upon the countertop. Colorful, magical little lights hanging from various picture frames and shelves, as well as an abundance of luscious green plants. It's utterly enchanting, just like its owner, and obviously well loved. There are generous amounts of personal belongings and keepsakes littering every possible nook, and I eye a tiny dish that's overflowing with brightly colored jewelry. Beside it sits a pile of crumpled parchment. Some of the pages are covered in an elegant looping script, and others are filled with lovingly rendered portraits. I tentatively reach for one of the sketches at the top of the pile, but a loud creak startles me. I turn, as alert as I've always been taught to be as my fingers edge towards my weapon. The hairs on the back of my neck stand to attention, and I immediately know that there's a creature nearby. That's when I see them. A pair of glowing, fierce golden eyes peeking up at me from a previously hidden hatch in the floorboards. Before I can even think of defending myself. Ooh. Oh, hello? Sir. Beautiful. I'm pinned to the wall by a firm, cold, and inherently not human arm. I don't even know what voice to do for him. Who the hell are you? Okay, no, that's bad. Who the hell are you? Where's Ezra? His lips start curl into a snarl. Well, we found Foundry type. It's not that obvious. Like, it's not that hard to figure out my type. Edgy, cool, like, yeah, punk rock aesthetic. His lips curl into a snarl, affording me what feels like an incredible pointed view of a set of long, sharp fangs. Oh my god. If I hadn't already clocked his deathly pallor, there'd be no second guessing what kind of creature I'm dealing with here. Vampire. I know I'd already be quite dead if that was what he truly wanted, and I feel nothing from him other than an overwhelming desire to protect something, or someone. His aura is panicked but distinctly non-threatening, so I decide to relax against his hold. I cautiously raise my hands and surrender, in the hopes that he'll stand down. We're not taught to harm creatures who have no intent to harm us. It isn't what we stand for. At least, not the honorable hunters. Plus, vampires are the closest thing there is to humans in the Demonology Handbook, and I've met a few reasonable ones in my time. Emphasis on a few. He retreats a little, just as I'd hoped. Just enough for me to gather my composure. Gather? Oh. I guess I should tell him he's safe. Ezra's fine, I swear it. Those bright, disarming eyes burn into my own, a chill skittering over my skin. He looks like he's searching for something, his dark brows twitching as he studies my face. I wonder if his arm is like metal or if it's tattoos. It's kind of hard to tell. Noah! Trying to jump scare me while I'm talking to this beautiful man. Rude. Look at his titties. They're so big. I studies my face. A thick scar cutting through the one on the right. Something that looks a lot like relief settles upon his face. I can't help but wonder what a vampire is doing sneaking into Ezra's home at this hour. I feel like I don't even know if I should try an accent. If you're playing tricks on me, I'll have your head. Understand? I nod once, my hand still raised where he can see I mean no harm. I'm not lying. He's safe. He's upstairs. Oh, and he's got that piercing I want. Well, kind of. He has like a, I really want a vertical beret, and he's got like a half one. Like, it's not a vertical one, it's just a normal beret, which I don't like as much because it like goes straight back into your lip and it'll like hit your teeth. But I want like a vertical one that just is like lip. That's weird to describe. I tip my chin towards the staircase in the hope that he'll use his head and seek Ezra out with those impressive senses of his. He takes a step back, but he still doesn't seem to trust me. I don't entirely blame him. I know how he feels. The sound of the kettle whistling as it comes to a boil distracts him, and he visibly relaxes. His gaze quickly darts to the staircase, then back at me. He steps back, the candlelight illuminating his angular face, all sharp lines and hair as black as the night. He's otherworldly, obviously attractive in that tall, dark, and dead way, and his left arm is missing from the shoulder down. Oh, I guess it is, like, metal. In its place is an advanced-looking prosthetic. glowing with what looks like incredibly advanced magic. He catches me looking at it and quirks that scarred brow. Like what you see. Sorry, it's not for sale. Aye. Ezra appears from upstairs, his eyes wide as he surveys the sight before him. Finn, what are you doing here? His name is Finn. I feel like that doesn't really suit him. He looks too sexy for Finn. Iron fingers curl around Ezra's forearm, almost as though he's just checking he's real. His prosthetic thrums brightly as if responding to the touch. I sensed that you felt uneasy. I came immediately. Are you okay? Finn is a very romance novel name. Is it? I don't know. Maybe it's because I watch Adventure Time. I just think like a little kid. Ezra smiles, covering Finn's hand with his own to gently part it, a reassuring gesture. The intricate patterns etched into the dark iron pulse like a heartbeat. I was only very briefly startled by the appearance of our new friend here. Right. Dude, I don't know what voice I'm using for Finn. I just keep switching it. Whatever. Finn turns to me and drops his head in an apology. I'm sorry about the less than savory introduction, Hunter. Things are a little on edge here lately. I'd never have guessed. Do Finn and Ezra have a thing? That's what I think. Or they're like roommates, or I don't know. Like Ezra definitely made his arm. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Ezra shakes his head, clearly amused by my sarcasm. I'm fine. You really don't need to jump at every stranger that passes this way. What? No way. Wow. Thank you so much for the raid, no way. Moth raid. How was Paranormasight? I caught a little bit of it while I was driving. Welcome. For those who don't know, my name is Dire Fenry. I'm a Hellhound VTuber that streams dating sims, horror, I don't know, art. I don't know, just a lot of things. Variety. But welcome. I appreciate you and hope you had a great rest of your stream. That game seems so fun. It's on my wish list. Paranormasight. We love a good mystery. Good mystery romance. Yes. I can't do it. My friend does that re sound so good. No, I can't go that high. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Oh, I'm glad. I'll definitely have to get it next time it's on sale. I can't remember it's on there's a big sale going on right now. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Tiny. I appreciate you. But I'm here playing a very gay dating game that we just started. So, I don't know. Not super gay yet, but look at his chest. Look at that. Those titties scream, touch me. They are very cool. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, we haven't gotten to the romance part yet. I barely started. I just met these two characters, Ezra and Finn. I know, they are nice tatas. He's got like that, what's it? It's like the, who's the beefcake with the tits? I know, that's Finn. Also, thanks for shout out. Of course! Always gotta shout out my raiders. I appreciate it. But yeah, no. So he's got those, oh god, what's it called? The tattoos that are the bar. Oh my god. It's from, I can just think of, oh my god, what the fuck is it called? The Wolf Show. What's it called? Holy shit. Why am I stupid? No, not a sleeve. The bars. It's from, oh my god, Basic Bitch Wolf. Teen Wolf. Holy shit. I cannot. Everyone and their mother got that tattoo after Teen Wolf. Finn, not Finn. Yeah, Finn, like Finn and Jake. Very less cool. I was making fun of his name earlier. Teen Wolf. Listen, you got a solid bar tattoo? I think you're a Teen Wolf fan. He looks like he could be a Teen Wolf fan. He's like Teen Wolf and Bucky together. I don't even remember the main character's name. I watched like a season and a half and then didn't understand what was happening anymore. I love Teen Wolf. I mean, that's fair. It was a show that existed. Scott. I remember like, did he have a friend? His name was like Stucky or something weird. So, I don't know. I just remember a weird quirky friend. Styles. Thank you. Stucky. I'm thinking about Bucky now, obviously. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good time at No Way Stream. I had a fun time watching it. I watched Teen Wolf in the first few seasons. Yeah, I swear to God, I watched either a season and a half or 2 seasons, and then I was like, I'm good. I ship Styles and Derek so hard, LMAO. I feel like Styles was the ship. I feel like I had friends that cosplayed it, but they just looked like they're just dressing because their clothes are all normal. So if you cosplay it, you just look like you're just a guy with like a hat or just like a muscle shirt. Ooh, very, very cool. Yeah, I don't think I shipped anyone from it. I just watched a season, maybe. It got very what's that, like very supernatural. It's very not very cosplay friendly. Hey, there was a lot of eye candy in there. There was indeed. Hey, I'm not knocking it. It's just not my cup of tea. It got very soap opera-y, which then just kind of like loses my interest. I'm more here like, I don't know. This is such like a tangent, but like I like Supernatural for a while. Like I like the Monster of the Week shit, and then when it got like too drama-y, then I stopped watching because I'm like, no, I was here for solving crimes, cause solving murder crimes. What? No, did you send me something? Oh, I'm gonna have to investigate that. I was so into Supernatural. Oh my god, were you into, was it Destiel? Oh. I did not I almost cosplayed it. I watched up to the beginning of season 1. Supernatural Pog. Okay, I made it all the way up to the Krakens or whatever they were called, Leviathans. No, wait. I think I made it past that, barely. I made it to Demon Dean and then stopped. But one of my horror friends was like, you should watch the Scooby-Doo episode. None of us watched this is like 3 years after any of us watched Supernatural, and they were like, the Scooby-Doo episode goes hard. They're like, for no reason, just watch that and then never watch Supernatural again. I called you out. Hey, at least you're not like the Sam Dean. Leviathan season was the worst. Dude, I had no idea what was happening. Solidly, no idea. I'm just like, okay. And I'm like, also, you can only go to hell so much. Yes, Leviathans, but not like a cool octopus kind. Some weird angel something that possesses people. No, they're not big monsters. They just like possess people like angels, but they're like, I don't even remember. It was dumb. They were just called Leviathans. They did not have the budget. Yeah, I know, right? It was lame. They took all the cool things and made them lame. I don't know. It was definitely one of those kill it when it's good still, like you should have. They ran it to the ground. Anyways, enough of a tangent. Back to McTitties here. Finn. I feel like we need to rename him. Start with an F. Could be like Finley. That's kind of cute. All I know about Supernatural was the shipping joke. Which shipping joke? There's probably a lot. Ferdinand? No, he could pull off Ferdinand. It's kind of a bad name. Friedrich. Yeah, no, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Brain. That final reassurance seems to make the tension melt from Finn's broad shoulders. Are they that broad? Farius. He is now Farius or Farquaad.
Sorry, Fenry. You don't need to be alarmed. He's an ally, I swear it. Even if he doesn't give the best first impression.
Finn offers me a genuine, almost soft smile, but he looks guilty. As he should, I suppose. Why should he be guilty? I catch Ezra eyeing me warily, clearly sensing my apprehension. It isn't like it's every night you find yourself in a magic shop staring at a witch and an apparently friendly vampire. Finn's whole demeanor changed the second he laid eyes on Ezra, and I feel any final trace of fear melting away as he steps forward and offers me his hand. Okay, they're definitely banging. Like, how would I ship with either of them? They're obviously into each other. I need some single loner who doesn't have a friend that he's awkwardly into. The smile that crosses his lips is mischievous, and cold fingers grip my own in a firm handshake when I reach for him. They were roommates. Exactly! Exactly. Like, there's no way. No way. It's a joke. Okay, give me a sec. My cat really wants to be out of my room. He's crying. Sir? I see. Okay. He's the most indecisive. He's like, let me in. No. Yes. No. No way, no way. Just like the goth kids, South Park. The smile that crosses his lips is mischievous. Oh, I already did that.
It's truly a pleasure to meet you, Fenry.
God, I really don't know what voice to do for him. Could give him a goofy one, but then I'm stuck with it.
His pretty eyes brush over me like a caress, his pupils dilating, and I feel myself swaying, leaning toward him almost unconsciously.
Thought it said like a corpse, you know? Ew. What the fuck? Does he have like mind reading powers?
There's a soft whisper of muffled thoughts echoing in my mind, and I can't quite tell if they belong to me or him. It's soothing, and whatever he's doing grants me the foresight to see that he most certainly is harmless, and he bears no ill will towards me. Something tells me he now sees I'm harmless too.
Finnegan! His name is Finnegan? Oh god, it gets worse. Oh my god. I don't even... Make it Phineas at least. Or like, what did I say? Finley? Finley's cute.
Finnegan, stop that! It's not polite.
He sounds like he needs a bar. Finnegan's bar. I fear sending my subliminal messages to be calm is not what I call harmless. He wants to give him the D. I know, he's sending like, hey, hey. Or like, sending him subliminal images of just like, it's like a dick pic. Just like, mental dick pic. I can't even.
Finn closes his eyes briefly, breaking whatever connection he's created with me, and he offers me a killer smile. Shit, those fangs are really no joke. He must be pushing at least 5 centuries. Oh, do your fangs get bigger the older you get? Lore. Subliminal dick pics. OMG, wild. I've heard of vampires enthralling their victims before a kill, but that felt more like a request to be understood. Like he wanted to show me he can be trusted. I wonder what else gets bigger. God, no. If he's centuries old, it'd be like down to his knee. That's terrifying. We don't want that. He exchanges an almost sheepish, knowing glance with Ezra, and I quickly feel my mind clearing itself. It's interesting to see such a powerful creature wither under a witch's gaze. Wait, he's a vampire with chest hair? That's new. The pointy hairs and chest hair. I thought he was a werewolf. Says you. Okay, Ash, you can go die. It's fine. Get a internal bleeding. Or what's it? Something bad happens. It's like a... I don't even know what to call it. It's like your diaphragm. I think you rip a hole in your diaphragm. Handled worse, I mean, what? Sure, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Did I read this? I don't even know. Sorry, I'm just checking. Dude, I really don't know. Okay, we're gonna give him fancy evil man voice that I usually do for voice acting stuff. Sorry, I'm just checking. He looks at me and our eyes lock. I nod once, appreciating that he cared enough to put me at ease. Then he's grinning again, wickedly. What, am I getting a 3rd degree here? Hey, you're the one who said you're down for it. You brought this upon yourself. I hope he didn't hear anything untoward in there. Anyway, Ezra fusses with the kettle, pouring me a cup of fragrant tea and offering it to me on a pretty floral saucer. Here, this will help you get a good night's sleep. I take the cup with a nod, both of them staring intently as I take a small sip. It's good, refreshing, and exactly what I need. So, Fenry, are you looking forward to becoming part of this Ow! Ezra elbows him in the ribs, throwing him a stern, warning glance, and Finn flinches a little too dramatically for a big, scary creature. Lovely town. Do you have any idea what you've gotten yourself into? I like a little adventure. Wink. Wink, wink. I'm used to a little adventure. I truly hope I can help. Ezra looks defeated, but strangely optimistic. I hope my words sound honest, because I really have little choice. I have to help. It's my job. My duty. Well, you certainly seem capable enough. Finn grimaces. My roommate just let the cat back in.
He's gonna want to leave again in like 2 seconds. Hey, hey, come here, come here. Why are you being weirdo? Come here, come here. Come here. Oh my god. I stole him. Okay. Exchanging strange looks with Ezra, and I feel like they're not telling me ever something. My clan and I are at your disposal, should you require any assistance. I'm like kind of doing a British accent, and not really. It's an accent. It sure is. Clan? He nods, but I decide not to press him for details. Yet. I definitely... Stop it! He's like rubbing his face on the mic. Hey, stop it. That's not for head rubbing. He nods, but I decide not to press him for details. Yet. I'd definitely like to know how many supposedly good vampires reside here in Lunaris. Oh, little Bebby. It is for head rubbing. It is not. It is going to sound very not good to you guys if he keeps bopping it. I offer them both a smile and finish up my tea. Ezra hurries to take the empty cup from me and sets it on the table. He places his hand upon Finn's arm. Oh my god, I'm getting like hiccups. Every single time I'm like talking a lot, I'm like, ugh. Dead. Finn, Fenry needs some rest. Maybe you should head home. Oh, he doesn't live there? What? That makes it more suspicious that they're dating. Finn nods, and Ezra follows him as he heads for the hatch. His home is the basement. They embrace briefly, and Finn whispers something into Ezra's ear, the witch grinning brightly as he pulls away. Then Finn's warm, golden gaze locks with my own, and he smiles. Be sure to take care, Fenry. If you ever need anything, just scream and I'll come running. Ooh. He winks and my traitorous cheeks threaten to warm at the sight of it. He notices and laughs quietly, a deep comforting rasp that I could most certainly find myself getting used to. Ugh, I'm down bad. It was nice to meet you, Finn. Finn gracefully lowers himself into the hatch, and Ezra stares into the darkness until the door slams shut. He turns and retrieves a tin of biscuits from a cupboard, offering them to me, and waiting expectantly until I take a handful. Please don't let our apprehension worry you. I'm sure you're more than capable of getting to the bottom of all of this. Some are saying the town has been cursed, but I sense something else. Something bigger. Well, it's always a terrible night for a curse. Oh, that's me talking. Well, it's always a terrible night for a curse. Even though we've only just met, I feel like I can trust him. We take a handful of something for real. Oh my god, you just met him. Eat his cookies. Within moments of my arrival, I could tell that something was I could tell that something about this town is off, and I intend to get to the bottom of this mess. I have to live up to my apparently impressive reputation, right? We've lost people, good people, and the investigation seems to have halted. We don't know what more we can do. Yes. Look at me getting all emotional when you're probably dead on your feet and desperate to get some sleep. He quickly gathers himself, forcing a laugh to break the somber mood. Thank you for letting me stay, Ezra. I'll be out of your hair first thing. I stifle a yawn as Ezra turns to fuss with some blankets. I'm thoroughly looking forward to settling upon the sofa, however tiny it might be. Really, it's no problem at all. I wouldn't dream of letting you wander the streets at this hour, especially after that journey. I'll see you in the morning. If you need anything, just shout. He heads upstairs and I eagerly remove my boots. The relief is instant when I settle against the cushions, pulling the soft blanket up to my chin. Despite the abundance of questions that currently flood my mind, I swiftly fall into a blissful, dreamless sleep. Gotta be a comfy-ass couch. After I waken, Ezra eagerly makes me more tea. I join him in the shop as I prepare to leave. I feel like I need to do like warm-ups for streaming like visual novels, like red, yellow leather. Cindy sells seashells by the seashore, or whatever. Just like tongue twisters, because I'm just like flubbing it all. I join him in the shop as I prepare to leave. I wait patiently while he deals with what sounds like a particularly difficult customer.
doing my best to eavesdrop as I survey the books that line the walls. Most of them are in languages I don't understand.
Cindy took Sally's job. Cindy, I couldn't remember who it was. Sally? Is it Sally that sells seashells? Sally sells seashells by the seashore? I don't know. I can't think of any more right now. I used to have to do them for a work like before, for like an acting thing, or like you gotta do a bunch as like a warm up. There's a strange energy in the air, and my senses tell me that Ezra's visitor is also of magical origin. Oh, hello? Dang. You got dark hair and moody face. That's my shit. Oh, let me snooze this ad. You really can't just drop by like this and expect me to have what you need right away. These things take time. He Poppy, is he? Oh God, he looks so snobby. I already gave the snobby voice something. That's always your excuse, Ezra. Do you not want me to work hard? To save this town. I bet he's like the mayor or something. Oh my God, a dude that looks like he would chastise me. I need him. Yeah, he would like criticize you. You'd like do anything to him and he's like, not good enough. Ezra sighs, apparently not willing to argue. Or maybe he knows he'll lose. The tall figure he's bickering with turns to look at me, and I'm caught off guard by those piercing eyes, their stare cutting into my core. Ooh, non-binary. They scowl, their lips pursed as they turn on a towering heel like I have a target on my forehead. Oh, they wear heels? Oh my God. They're coming for me. I mean, not yet, though. Ezra looks like he's about to try and say something to stop them, but they wave dismissively over their shoulder. They need to step on me. I mean, what? Damn. Ooh. They come to a stop before me and steal their gaze, staring me down and studying me from head to toe in a slow, pointed drag. I register the familiar violet sash that adorns their torso, the very same as mine, and I exchange a quick glance with Ezra. He looks apologetic as he hurriedly emerges from behind the counter to join us. An enforcer, then. One who apparently doesn't feel that it's important to wear the standard uniform. Or maybe they simply think they're too important. They have a commandeering presence about them, and I can't help but wonder what rank they hold. I thought I was a hunter, but he says it like the same sash as an enforcer. This is my boss? Oh my God. I mean, they can enforce me in the bedroom. I mean, what? I mean, they don't gotta enforce shit. They just ask, and I'm like, sure. That was Nova. She said it. I believe that also. That does sound like something Nova would say. Nova, why would you say that? I may have thought it. So you're my new subordinate. Interesting. His name is Gus. Jesus Christ, these names are rough. Gus. Gus. August? Okay, August sounds better. Damn, Remy to filth. So this is the infamous Major General Willenheim that I've been assigned to. They're a prolific figure countrywide, and they're known for being responsible for one of the best hunters that Escria has to offer. It will be a true honor to serve under them, despite their apparently icy disposition. Historically, enforcers aren't the friendliest bunch. They live to serve just as we do, but they hold a much higher authority and love to remind us about it. Okay, I was not crazy. I'm a hunter, and they're an enforcer. The way Ezra said their name carried a warning, and August scowls at him briefly before turning their attention back to me. I notice how tired they look, their eyes heavy-lidded and their skin pale, and they even almost sway where they stand. Apparently Ezra notices too, a flash of concern crossing his features as he quickly rushes to gather some ingredients from a locked cabinet. It looks like he's done this before, seen them like this before. It's a pleasure to meet you, Enforcer Willenheim. God, that's such a hard name. I keep thinking it's like Wilhelm. Willenheim. Yes. I know exactly who you are. Your arrival has caused quite a stir. It's more than a little paperwork. They glance over at Ezra, watching as he breaks off a few sprigs from a neatly wrapped bundle of herbs and pops them into a glass vial. Their foot taps impatiently on the floor, an exasperated scoff falling from their lips as they turn to look at me once again, eyes rolling. So tell me, Hunter Helsing, are you ready to partake in one of the most baffling missions I've come across? Sure.
Yes, of course, General. I'm looking forward to working with you. They quirk a perfectly sculpted brow, their lips pursed in contemplation. I don't suffer fools, and I certainly don't tolerate tardiness. If you're capable, we'll get along just fine. Their unrelenting gaze burns into my own, and I swallow thickly.
I keep not forgetting he has like a ponytail. He's like one draped over his shoulder like Kaya or something. It just blends in.
Offering them as genuine a smile as I can muster under such scrutiny. I think everything will work out. This won't be as effective, but it'll do the job for now.
Ooh, I have an ad starting in 3 minutes. I'm sorry! I snoozed all I could snooze. I snoozed the hardest.
As August eagerly reaches for the vial clutched in Ezra's palm, the witch pulls away and fixes them a worried gaze. Please stop doing this to yourself. They're pushing you too far and you know it. You're better than this.
I feel like Ezra's sleeping with everyone in this town.
Now we both know that's not true. Ezra surrenders the vial, the viscous, violet liquid glowing dully as August takes it with a trembling hand. Ezra squeezes August's fingers before pulling away. He looks impossibly sad. There's always a choice. Remember that. August seems lost for words, but manages to maintain their carefully crafted annoyance. They reach for the door with yet another roll of their eyes, pausing briefly to catch my gaze. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't be late. We stand outside the shop, the sky bright but the town somehow still feeling inherently gloomy. If you ever need anything, you know where to find me. Please don't hesitate to stop by.
I think there's like 6 or 7 romance options in this game. At least there was like on the cover. Yeah, we're missing... There's a girl and a werewolf and I think one more.
You won't get rid of me if you say that. Oh, I wouldn't mind. His smile softens and I feel incredibly grateful that I stumbled across him. I mean it, though. Oh, anytime. And be careful. Thank you, Ezra. I bid him farewell, reluctantly, leaving the warmth and safety of the shop behind to follow the rickety old street signs that point me towards the tavern, the place I'll be calling home for the foreseeable future. The tavern is bustling and full to the brim with red-faced patrons. The tables littered with empty tankards. It's only 9:30 in the morning, but clearly this town likes to drown their sorrows, even if the sun has barely risen. I push my way to the bar, and a scowling barmaid rolls her eyes at me as I politely raise my hand to get her attention. What?
Oh man, I can't do girl voices.
I have a room here. Could I check in, please? She promptly rolls her eyes again and ducks beneath the bar, reappearing within a few seconds looking even more pissed off.
Room isn't ready until 2. You'll have to get a drink or make yourself scarce.
I muster a polite, albeit forced smile, turning to find a table, but...
Ooh, hello? I think she's romanceable too.
I find myself face to face with a striking, scowling woman who appears to be blocking me entirely on purpose.
Oh god, okay, I gotta give her not a shitty voice. I'm gonna try my best, guys.
So this is the famous Hunter Helsing that's been taking my place, then. You don't look like anything special to me. Come to gloat, have you? Rub it in my face.
I'll say, do I know you?
I'm really sorry. Am I supposed to know who you are? The woman looks offended.
Oh, that was the wrong thing to say. Whoops.
Her jaw clenched, her hands firmly fixed to her hips. I glance down and notice the violet sash that's looped around her waist, and her simple armor. A hunter too, then. Well, you've come to my town to take my bloody job, so yes, I should expect you to know exactly who I am. Ah, shit. The name's Piper. Piper Merriman. And I'll be keeping a damn good eye on you. The second you slip up, I'll be there. Got it?
Hello, Piper. Same, I know, right? Everyone in this game is so hot.
So I've really been called here to take Piper Merriman...
Ash!
I'm just here trying to talk to a pretty lady, and you here trying to jump scare me? Trying to ruin my chances? She'll never love me now.
She's a legend, having racked up more kills than some of the most seasoned hunters, and all at the tender age of 24. I feel terrible. I wasn't told I'd be replacing anyone, and her being upset suddenly seems pretty justified.
Assuming you had Riz to begin with. What? I have Riz, I think. Like awkward. Wow, you're so awkward that it's cute kind of Riz. Or silent and staring cool kid Riz. Yeah.
We work so hard and put our lives on the line.
Def has Riz. Thank you, Nova. Defending my honor.
We so hard and put our lives on the line. All while the majority of the enforcers sit safely behind their desks, holding our fate in hands that aren't stained with blood. What?
Oh, while our fingers drip with it. Got it. Brain. Silent and staring cool kid Riz, whatever you call it. Yeah, too cool for school. As in, standing at the club, kind of staring, being like, that person's kind of hot, and then saying nothing, and that is it. The most Riz.
Piper makes a vague gesture at the barmaid, and she's swiftly handed a glass of warm amber liquid that she delicately cradles in her palm. She steps closer with narrowed eyes, surveying me in the way that almost reminds me of August.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like, bleh, burpy.
Pretty sure I won't be getting Employee of the Month anytime soon. We could always work together. I'm getting the feeling I'll need the help.
Okay, let me drink water. I'm like, bleh. It's fine.
And I'm truly sorry. I can't imagine how frustrating this must be for you. She continues to look annoyed, but I can tell a more vulnerable emotion lingers beneath this seemingly rock-hard exterior. She swirls the rum around, watching the gentle slosh of it as it coats the sides of the glass. Yes, well, that's what I get for being an utterly shit at my job, isn't it? She scoffs a laugh, but the smile that curls at her ruby lips doesn't reach her eyes. Anyway, I'm sure I'll see you in the field. I'm not totally useless, apparently. They just had me doing the awful jobs, the stuff that doesn't actually matter. What a waste of perfectly amazing hunter. Enforcers. Just a bunch of pencil-pushing wankers. I stay silent, sensing that she might need someone to vent to. I've been there. Our job can be hard, and not just on our bodies.
If you know what I'm saying.
Anyway, I can see I'm boring you. I'll just be over there, continuing to drown my sorrows until Willenheim summons me.
God, his name is so hard to say.
They're such an arsehole. I huff a laugh, covering my mouth with my hand, in a poor attempt to stifle the noise.
Oh, wow, I missed a word. Stifle the noise. Oh man, it's gonna make me scroll down this whole thing. Holy shit. Compromise is important to stop the noise. And she seems briefly amused by my reaction. There, that was all I needed. She's briefly amused. Wow, the Riz is working.
She offers me a thoughtful glance and sighs loudly. Don't take any shit from them, okay? Come and see me if they bother you. I'm not afraid to stick my boot up their backside. Again.
Ooh, kinky.
Anyway, I'll see you around. She doesn't wait for me to respond, and with a flick of her long chestnut hair, she's gone. I spot her disappearing into the heavy crowd that's mulling about in the center of the tavern, a crowd that's apparently pretty pissed off about something. I decide to investigate.
Might as well get oh my god, why can I not words today?
Might as well get stuck right in. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, I'm gonna save real quick. I have not saved yet. Oop. Empty slot. Wow, we did it. Well, I missed something because I was trying to save, but that's okay.
A lichen, a hybrid lichen, sat smack bang in the middle of the tavern, arms folded across his chest. He has a smirk plastered on across his scarred lips. His wolf ears twitch dismissively as the townfolk hoot and holler at him. The lichen doesn't seem to care and grabs his drink, taking a deep swig. My first impression is that he seems perfectly harmless, even if his cockiness is almost his palpable aura. As I take a step closer, however, I can see the scars he bears. A seasoned scrapper, then. not shy in the least and eager to stir up the ire of the authorities or other creatures, apparently. He spots me then, his scarlet eyes flashing, and then he's kicking out the chair in front of him and gesturing for me to sit down. Either he's bold or he's got something to prove, and I find myself being watched by the eyes of every tavern goer. They're all waiting to see if I'm going to oblige the object of their disdain, and the tavern falls deathly silent. As I take my seat, the crowd slowly begins to disperse, though their eyes stay firmly fixed upon both myself and the lichen as they return to their respective seats. Ooh, hello. I'm into him. Kind of looks like something Noe would draw. I don't know why. Something about the design. Or maybe this is me and Noe if we had a son. Like the hair plus the wolfiness. Animal ear man, yes. They're lucky I kept my cool. Wouldn't you say, Hunter? I don't know what voice to do for him either. I feel like he wants me to stroke his ego. They are incredibly so. They obviously haven't seen a lichen in their true form, have they? But then you look an awful lot like a halfling. Lol. I pointedly look at his human ears. Oh my god, I just noticed he has human and wolf ears. Double ears. He's the, I don't know, VTuber Jesus. Or like, when you got 4 ears. I thought about it originally, but then I said, that's too many ears. I already have horns. Why does he have 2 sets of ears? One of them they're vestigial. They're for show, the wolf ones. Okay, wait, I have to let the cat out again. He's being so, and why are you being so funny? What do you want? Get out of here. Go. My roommate was laughing. I pointedly look at his human ears. He smirks, apparently highly amused. Screams eternally. He's a god. He's like, I'm a freak of nature. Why? Oh man, I'm pretty sure they've seen 1 or 2 around these parts. They're just stupid. I grin, finding myself shamelessly liking him already. And he's got a tail. Wow. I see. How about you tell me your name? And why you apparently have a death wish hanging around in a tavern full of humans who quite clearly aren't too fond of non-humans? He bristles, his tail wrapping around the leg of his chair as he places his now empty tankard upon the table. The noise draws a gasp from nearly every single patron, and I glance over at Piper, who sits in the corner, either oblivious or uncaring. I like that we get like a little sizzle reel for everyone. Oh man, he looks like a little schmarmy like douche, and I love it. And he actually has a fantasy name. Dibs. Actually, you've called dibs on everyone. It's Alker, and I don't have a death wish. Not today, anyway. Only today? Scar's pod character design. I know, right? Got a Kakashi Scar. I always call dibs. He smiles, folding his arms back across his chest. You don't need to concern yourself with me, Hunter. I stay far away from your kind. From everyone, mostly. You look too friendly to be staying away from people. I do enjoy coming here to rile this lot up, though. Unless they come looking for me, of course. He glances over his shoulder, catching Piper's gaze. Question, if he is a wolf, does that mean he has a you-know? What? What do you mean? Like a knot? I don't know. I literally just read like a weird straight book that had that, and it was like a whole deal. It was like in the book. Okay, I'm just gonna name drop it. It's called Bride. It's like kind of like an ACOTAR wannabe, but I don't know. My mom was like, "Here, you might like this," and I read it, and it was so basic, bitch. But like, it's like a vampire girl and a werewolf boy, and they were like doing the deed, and he was like, "We're incompatible because I have a knot," and she's just like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "What? You don't even want to try?" He's like, "No, we're incompatible. No." And she was super like, "Nah, I think it's fine." And he was just like, "Oh, we can't." I was just like, "Weenie, what the hell? Wouldn't even make an attempt." Fed knows what I'm talking about. Of course you do. A fellow literature snob. Hey, I'm trying to be morally decent for once. Listen, do you know what crowd you're amongst? None of us are morally decent. He glances over his shoulder, catching Piper's gaze. She flips him off, and he turns back around to face me, his shoulders shaking with laughter. I'm sure you'll grow to despise me in time, just like every other idiot in this hopeless town. He stands, and all the patrons stiffen. It's so quiet you could hear a pin drop. But Alcar merely rolls his pretty eyes and flashes me a sharp grin. Look, I'm holding back for Fenrir's chat's sake. Hey, I mean, Ash is already here. Can't get much worse. They're there being the dirty. He looms over me, close enough that I can smell the earthy, distinctly petrichor scent of him. Wow, thanks, Fenrir. Listen, you're solely... Nova does it sometimes too. You're like, I will be the horny in Maine, always. So Fen could be also horny in Maine and it'll be fine. Oh, okay. Give me a sec. Fen, have you been a good boy? I think you've been a very, very good boy. You know what could be even better? You shame Ash on chat. It's such a good boy thing to do. You'll be a good boy for me, right? Sorry, that one was a little crunchy. But yeah. You didn't know that redeemed it. It happens once in a while. That's funny. I remember somebody else did it. I think Ash did it. And then Nova was like, what? That's been there the whole time? Pot shots at me for once. My boy is growing up. Hey, I had enough of your shenanigans. I'm gonna just pull my pants up like... Horton Torton. He looms over me, close enough that I can smell the earthly, distinctly petrichor scent of him. Petrichor sounds like a sexy scent. Like, I don't know what it smells like, but it sounds like it would be in like one of those man colognes. Like, I have this one cologne that smells so good, and I was at work, and I smelled somebody who was like wearing it, and I'm like, I see you with that Versace Eros, the blue one. It smells so good. Fenrir cologne reveal. Oh yeah, I got the most basic man cologne ever. So I can feel fancy being like, Versace. It's like the blue square one, and I don't wear it that often because I straight forget I own it. I usually just do a perfume stick, if I remember that I own that also. I don't even remember. I have like a D&D perfume stick I got at a con. I don't even remember what it's themed. I think it's like Necromancer themed or something. Get my perfumes from Bath & Body Works. Nice, nice. I use my lotion from there. I got Fairy Tale. It's my basic bitch one, also. Vampire Blood and Winter Candy Apple. Ooh, I love Vampire Blood. I have this, like, glitter spray that doesn't do that much, but I like the idea of it. If my advice is worth anything to you, then trust me when I say to trust no one, even me. Latafa Eternal Oud is my daily. I don't know what that is, but that sounds fancy. So I like Latafa Eternal Oud. Oud? I think it's Oud. I don't know. I used to have this, like... Was it like a Taylor Swift perfume my mom got me? I don't know. It's for Christmas one year, and I was like, but why? But why this? It was not great. And then it, like... I don't know. It, like, rotted or something. It was weird. It was like 20 years ago, though. Or not 20. That's too many. 15. He stares me down. Even you. Especially me. Yeah. Goodbye, Hunter. I watch him leave, feeling everyone's gaze still fixed upon me. I compose myself and offer them a smile, as genuine as I can muster after such an odd encounter. I glance at the clock, and it's only 10:30. I have some time to kill. Oh yeah, we can't check in until 2, which, for one, is not a real check-in time. Everyone knows check-in's always 4. The town is small, very small. But I did just check into a hotel at 2 the other day, so you know what? But that was, like, super early. They were like, oh, maybe if it's ready, you can check in at 2. And I'm like, fine. So I had a really terrible breakfast burrito and read a book. The town is small, very small, and it takes me less than an hour to walk it from end to end. On my travels, I find myself drawn to the cemetery. The scent of blood is thick here. That would be because this is the site of the last murder. Murder? There's murder in this game? I come across a patch of scorched grass. The earth around it is trampled by the boots of enforcers and humans alike. The remnants of a crumpled gravestone are littered around the perfect black outline of a body. I take a deep breath, crouching down to skim my fingers along the edges. I close my eyes and picture it. What happened to them? But it's hard to truly see, knowing how stark the darkness is here. It's a blur, a mere memory, but I feel terror. They were so scared, utterly alone in their final moments. What? Why does he know all these things? But something sticks out to me over all of that fear. I'm sorry. I love you.
What is happening? What? Can I, like, see the feelings of the earth or something? Or the memories of the land? Psychometry. Yeah, Nova, that's the thing I think I was saying, where you, like, touch something, you're like, I see all that is what I have touched, the object thing. I don't know. Probably it's like, yeah.
The words hit me hard, my chest aching, and I feel an intense longing. I feel love, and the powerful and unconditional kind that snatches the air from your lungs. I take a deep breath and force myself to stand, trying to shake the feeling. I'll find out who killed you. I'm startled by the sudden sound of heavy footsteps, my hand hovering over my weapon. I look around frantically, on guard and ready. And then, a striking figure appears.
Is this our last love interest? A demon? Oh my god. Oh, okay. You know what? I like the tail. I don't like the head that much. I'm not here for underfangs. Or that head thing.
He's clad in fine clothing, his long hair tied into a neat ponytail. The crown of his head is adorned with delicate jewelry, and I should be unsettled. The pointed teeth and sharp claws indicating he is definitely not human. But he's smiling. Is he smiling? Then the flicker of a spade-tipped tail tells me all I need to know. I'm staring at a glamored demon. Can I have him unglamored? I feel like I'd like that better. Like, he kind of weird looking now. Though I'm finding it hard to be alarmed by his presence, which seems to be a theme here in Lunaris.
Yeah, I'm not scared by all these sexy demons and sexy monsters that just keep showing up in this town. What are we gonna do?
Then the flicker of a spade. His eyes are warm chestnut brown.
What the hell they are? They're what? I think we're colorblind. That's what's happening here. Because those are blatantly red.
And they sparkle in the dappled sunlight as he gazes at me in wonder. Hello, Hunter. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
You have?
You've been expecting me.
Okay, they look more brown now. That zoom in was like red.
I watch as his cheeks darken, his gaze dropping to the grass.
Okay, but his tail is pierced, which is chef's kiss. Love it.
Well, people talk and I listen. And they've done a lot of talking about you. I hope I didn't scare you. Well, he's certainly not like any other demons I've encountered. And not trying to kill me part helps. You didn't, it's okay. You sure? I've gotten used to startling people.
He sounds like a very shy demon. And it's not just because I'm voicing him like that.
I promise you that I've seen scarier. He laughs, his tail flicking. Oh, I'm certain you have. His aura is calm, if not a little skittish, and I decide he's probably more scared of me than I am of him. He's still hard to read, though, and that's frustrating, but not necessarily alarming. What's your name? The demon exhales sharply, apparently relieved that I'm making conversation rather than drawing my weapon. It's Omen.
You've got to be kidding me. I was also thinking that. At least he's got an appropriate name. Not like Finn. What was the other guy? Gus. Gus and Finn. Sound like they could open a bait and tackle shop in Florida. Ooh, both of these are flirty. I'll just say introduce yourself.
A demon called Omen. Well, that's reassuring. Clearly his sire has a good sense of humor. I'm Fenry. So how has your first day in Lunaris been? I huff a quiet laugh, yet again perplexed by the wonderfully weird inhabitants of this town. He's certainly the most polite demon I've ever met. I guess it's been fine. I'm just a little overwhelmed. It's a strange town, isn't it? Omen laughs, a sound musical and almost infectious, causing my own smile to widen. You're being polite. It's more than strange. It's a mess. A mess I and many others hope you can fix. Bait and tackle each other, more like it. Yeah. Nah, not really. I think Gus was the werewolf and Finn was the vampire. And you know what? I would not be mad. Their lifelong war is ended. I grimace, my gaze drifting back down to the place where the last murder victim lay. I sigh and muster as much confidence as I possibly can. I can do this. I can solve these murders. I straight up had no idea there was murder solving in this game. I was just here for sexy people. So absolutely no pressure then. Omen shrugs playfully. No pressure at all. Welcome to Lunaris, Fenry. He drank some water. I make it to the enforcement headquarters with time to spare after August's thinly veiled threats about tardiness yesterday. Ooh. Like crack.
Yeah. Oh my god.
There. I had a terrible night's sleep on scratchy sheets, and I couldn't possibly feel less ready to face my less than friendly superior.
I'm ready. He's sexy. Oh no, they sexy. Non-binary. I'm sorry, August. Oh no, wait. Yeah, this one's Gus. Gus isn't the werewolf. Gus is the, snobby boss. I raise my fist to knock on the door, but the muffled conversation that I hear coming from inside has me hesitating. It sounds heated, and I glance at the clock on the wall behind me to check the time. I have 1 minute before I'm sure General Willenheim will admonish me for being late. So, I take a deep breath and I knock. The voices stop suddenly. I hear a clack of heels and then... Yes.
Oh, it's you.
They quickly glance at the clock.
Well, you're on time at least. Congratulations. I know it's terribly cozy out there, but please come in.
Trying to do like a hoity-toity, like hopefully it's coming off that way. I don't know.
I nod politely and quickly step into the enforcer's office. It's beautifully decorated with neatly arranged bookcases lining the walls that are laden with a collection of trinkets and tomes that possibly rival Ezra's. There's a huge desk in the middle that overflows with reports and letters, and a half-empty ink pot and elegant sapphire quill poised and ready. Then, as if I'm experiencing a rather vivid case of déjà vu, Piper appears before me and looking decidedly less impressed than she did in the tavern yesterday. Hunter Helsing.
I'll say nice to see you, man.
Hello, Piper. It's nice to see you. She stares at me, her eyes narrowed as her gaze flickers to August, who stands quietly just behind me. Their hands are clasped behind their back, the dark eyebrow quirked almost expectantly. Piper frowns at them, her nose crinkling before she swiftly turns her attention back to me. Yes, you too. I offer her a smile, but the one she offers in return doesn't quite meet her eyes. I appreciate the effort nonetheless.
So you two have met already, In the tavern again? Were you, Piper?
August sighs heavily when we both fail to respond, and Piper manages to look anywhere but her superior.
Anyway...
They run their hands along the edge of their desk, inspecting their perfectly dust-free fingertip, as Piper huffs in their general direction. I know you have... Oh my fucking god, my cat wants to come in again. I'm gonna... That's a little shit. He didn't hear you. Come on, go. Why are you like this? You gonna steal my chair? Ah, I hit the mic. Oh my god. We a mess. It's fine. Ah! Sorry. I have very important business to attend to, but I'm not finished with you yet, Willenheim. I'm sorry for all of that, cat. And then smacking the mic with my chair. Eek. Weh. I'm sorry if it blew out or was super loud.
Is that so?
Oh my god, sir. Why are you like this? Can't you just, like, chill? Just go to bed. Just lay on my lap and fall asleep and don't be crazy. No, it wasn't too bad. Thank you.
I've given you your mission. You've complained about it loudly. So pray tell, Major, what else could there possibly be?
Piper flinches, and I see her demeanor shift, her admirable determination withering and dying as that word rolls off August's tongue. A harsh reminder of her demotion, and one that clearly stings.
If he doesn't want to lay on your lap. Okay, Nova. I am tiny, and my lap is not very big. It is cat-sized. If even. It's barely cat-sized. Oh, I have an ad coming in 3 minutes. I'm sorry.
I wonder if I'll ever get the chance to ask her about it. To finally know exactly what she did that warranted her being made such an example of. Holy shit, I cannot words.
But if anyone wants to rest their head on my lap, there's probably room for that. Wink. Listen, whenever I get a live 2D model, it's all over for you. All of y'all bitches. I'm hoping one day. But, you know, that shit be expensive. So we here, living in a pumpkin. Just a spare change, holding a bucket. I'll collect it in a smaller pumpkin that's growing off of my larger pumpkin.
Nice, August. Really nice. You could quite literally cut the tension in here with a dull-bladed dagger. It's not awkward at all. We have a meeting, General.
Pumpception. Hey, pumpkins, it's just like a bud growing off of the bigger pumpkin. Russian nesting pumpkins. Yes, just watch. A pumpkin just gonna come out of my mouth, and inside that will be a smaller pumpkin. Or a smaller Fenry that has a smaller pumpkin inside.
August sighs, glancing at Piper almost guiltily. The sorry expression fades the second she meets their gaze.
Yes, we do. Is that everything for today, Merriman?
Is it, Ev?
I wasn't asking. Ugh.
They take a deep breath, pinching the bridge of their nose between forefinger and thumb.
You're dismissed for today, Merriman.
They stare each other down, and I wonder how the hell they ever managed to become one of the most successful elimination teams in all of Escria. Okay, so I want to know what we're eliminating? You know what I mean? Is it like big, scary monsters? Because it seems like there's a lot of monsters in this town, and I don't really know what we do. I've heard countless weird and wonderful stories of their partnership, of Piper's unparalleled strength and August's unmatched intelligence. But here now, all I see is a dispirited hunter and an impossibly tired enforcer.
Hurry is on the way. I suggest you depart quickly.
She blanches at that, and I can almost see her admitting defeat. Her shoulders relax, and the furrows in her brow fades. Fine. I'll go and look for your possibly... What? For your possibly a small chimera, but probably a big fucking cat. One day, you'll have to stop punishing me, you know?
They feel like exes. That's the vibe I'm getting. Everyone is dating everyone.
Piper grabs a set of expensive-looking daggers from the chair in front of the desk, strapping them to her back with haste. She pauses in front of me, and those dark eyes soften as she meets my gaze. See you around, Hunter. Enjoy your important meeting. And remember what I said. What? Arse. She chances another glance at August, and they suddenly become very interested in studying their perfectly manicured nails. With a wink, she then fully spins to face August, squaring up to them playfully. The enforcer towers above her, still uncaring, still unbothered. Twat. And with that, she turns on her heel and slams the door so hard it shakes in its frame. August walks around the back of their desk, practically falling into the well-used leather chair.
Are we gonna get... Oh, yes. Hello. Ugh. I love their hair. It's so cute. Not necessarily the ponytail part, but just like the top of the little curls. And the piercings. Oof. I scan the piles upon piles of paperwork that litter the surface, taking in the countless reports and letters, scribbled diagrams and gruesome drawings. I get the impression August is in over their head,
The disorder of all of this information makes my fingers twitch. They watch me carefully, stifling a yawn with a trembling hand.
I know. Trust me, I know. As much as I hate to admit it, we've got nothing. As of right now, I suspect everyone in this town. As should you.
Though I may not really know them just yet, I sense that this kind of vulnerability I'm seeing is rare. August doesn't strike me as the type to admit defeat so easily, and something more serious than the usual stress of the job seems to be lingering under the surface. After what I witnessed back in Ezra's shop, I can't help but wonder what they were like before all of this. The way the young witch looked at them. It was pity. Ezra pitied August. August huffs a quiet laugh and relaxes back in their chair. And for the first time since we met, they seem to let their guard down.
I don't know why Harry decided you were the right person for the job, above all others, but I trust him implicitly. So whatever plans he has for you, we had better make it work.
They pause, staring me down with those ice blue eyes. You know, I think this game has real voice acting. I just, like, turned it off so I could voice it. But it'd be really funny to know if my voices are, like, super off. I mean, I do, like, exaggerated nonsense. They're probably all, like, different variations of sexy. It's fine. I can't do that many sexy man voices. I can only do, like, 2. And then everyone else is stupid. I hope they are. That would be so funny. I mean, I could always, like, turn them back on for a little bit and see what they are. But then I feel like it's going to influence what I do, you know what I mean? Maybe after I beat the game, I'll do a round with the voices on. They pause, staring me down with those ice blue eyes. Are their eyes? I guess they're blue. They feel like purpley.
Now, are you ready to begin?
Always, General. I feel emboldened as that piercing gaze bores into me. What if I romance everyone? I bet they'll all get mad at me. Something twisting deep in my gut. I lean forward in my chair to make sure they see me. Really see me. I can't wait to see where our partnership takes us, General Willenheim. August presses their finger to their lips, appraising me.
Oh, really?
I think we can achieve absolutely anything together if we truly want to. Though they're clearly trying to hide it. Ezra and Finn might be down. You know what? You're right. They probably will. We can start a little polycule. I see their lips twist into a sly grin.
And you state this after knowing me for a mere day and a half. How bold.
I know what I'm capable of, and you're quite prolific, you know. Their long, dark lashes kiss the top of their lightly flushed cheeks, a pretty shade of dusky rose painting their pale skin as they lean in. Aw, look at that blush. Closer, closer. Close enough for me to see the flecks of violet that swirl the outer edge of impossibly blue irises. August is magic, overflowing with it. It pours out of them in waves. I can feel it deep in my bones and settling upon my skin. Call it a gut feeling. A quiet, careful laugh, and suddenly they don't look quite so tired anymore.
I suppose you hunters hold quite the advantage over me with your gut feelings, don't you?
August tilts their head, their face doing something strange, an expression too quick to catch, appearing before they settle back into the impeccable ease they've mastered so wonderfully. They curl the corner of a page that settles beneath their fingertips, where their hands have drawn closer to me at the edge of the desk. They clear their throat, but their next words sound noticeably husky.
Regardless, I do hope you're right, Hunter Helsing.
They pause.
Rather, I look forward to testing your theory.
I smile, genuine and warm. Me too. And please, call me Fenry. We're going to be partners after all, aren't we?
Very well, but you will still call me General.
I laugh, but I nod my agreement. Of course, General. This feels so, like, sensual. I hear footsteps in the hallway, and August quickly rises to their feet. They weren't on their feet already? Where, what? They straighten their clothing and tie their sash a little tighter. I follow their lead and move to stand by their side, my heart hammering triple time in my chest as those footsteps draw nearer. There's a distinct clang of metal, of armor and heavy boots. Then the door swings open and an imposing figure enters the room. Ooh, Daddy, hello. Oh my god, I got a metal arm. That's cool. His gaze flickers between myself and August, his expression stern and almost emotionless. Diff makes you call him General in bed. I mean, I'm into it. Why not? You got a position. Have fun with it. I've heard many tales about Harold Addington III, and as he stands before me, I feel a certain sense of pride that he would choose to summon me to deal with such a vital case. He's adorned with the standard enforcer colors of black and gold, but his outfit is far more regal than any of the other higher-ranking officials I've seen. A wide smile breaks out across his scarred lips, and he pulls August into a tight embrace, a deep, comforting chuckle rumbling in his chest. Oh god, I don't even know what to...
Old friend, how the devil are you? It's been a while. Too long, I say.
He pulls away, still firmly holding onto August's shoulders.
You look exhausted. Have you not been sleeping?
August offers him a wry smile as Harry drops his hands.
I'm trying to sleep. Does that count?
I swear to God, you son of a bitch, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna like it. My cat is like by the door again. He's like, maybe. Why? I just like need to install. If it wasn't an apartment, I would like install a cat door on my door so we could just go in and out. You're so annoying. What do you want from me? Go, get out, go. This is my life. I feel like it's only like when I'm streaming. To be fair, that's like the only time I close my door. But like, I swear to God, he's like, I need to come in and out 55 times. Harry throws them a look. Something stern-edged, but with a certain fondness. One that a father might give to their child. Yeah, they're also giving me, like, father-son. Kitty loves you. But yeah, but Kitty also is like, not anymore. Okay, again. Nah. Let me out. Let me back. Let me out. He just doesn't like closed doors. He does this, like... I've lived in a couple of apartments with him, and I had, like, like a laundry door. And every time I would close it, he'd get mad. And I'm like, you don't have a reason to be in there. Like, seriously, like, why do you need to be in there? And then I open the door and he's like, meh. And he just like walks away. Like, does not care. He just didn't like that it was closed.
Look after yourself, August.
August nods once, still smiling as Harry turns to stand before me.
Hunter Helsing, it's such a pleasure to meet you. I can finally put a face to all those impressive reports I've read.
He offers me his hand, and I eagerly take it. I like his, like, spiky sword. It's a pleasure to meet you too, Lieutenant General Addington, sir. He smiles warmly, keeping his grip on my hand, his other holding my forearm.
Harry is fine. None of that formal nonsense. We're going to be working together for the foreseeable future. We might as well get familiar, wouldn't you agree?
Of course, Harry. He laughs, and I feel incredibly relaxed in his presence.
Now, let's get to business, shall we?
August hands him a standard issue file sealed with wax bearing the Scarlet Enforcer emblem. God, that felt like a tongue twister. Scarlet Enforcer emblem. They watch me carefully as Harry breaks the seal, a heavy sigh falling from his lips as he quickly scans the report. He closes his eyes, handing the papers back to August before he turns his back to us both. A silent moment passes, and Harry rounds his shoulders, clicking his neck before he faces us.
You know, I've worked for the Enforcers for nearly 30 years, and I've never felt quite so useless. We've lost some of our best, our brightest, kindest.
Harry pauses, the waver in his voice evident as he composes himself.
I'm truly at a loss, and I'm finding it hard to remove my emotions from the equation when it's my own people being needlessly slaughtered.
August averts their gaze, stealing a quick glance at me, seemingly sussing my reaction, but also giving Harry a moment of privacy.
Nothing can bring them back, but we can bring those responsible to justice.
Suddenly it hits me. The victims were hunters, weren't they?
Yes, they were hunters, just like you.
Harry huffs a quiet laugh, clearing his throat.
I know we're putting a great deal of responsibility on your shoulders, but I have never-ending faith that you're the one who can help us end this madness. Do you have any questions?
Yes, why do you have faith that I can do this?
Oh gosh, about the victims or the patterns? I mean, the pattern would be that they're all hunters, so I guess I'll ask about the victims. How many victims do we have so far? August looks at Harry for guidance, and Harry nods his permission.
4, but we anticipate more. A victim has shown up every 7 days for the past month. Yes, with the most recent being 6 days ago.
I kind of give them really similar voices, but you know what? It's fine.
Which is why I called for you. Enough is enough. We're due a body, if our calculations are correct.
Harry clears his throat, twists the gold band on his finger.
I'd like to concentrate on the latest victim for now. Male, 46 years of age, a general. He was one of our best. We owe him this.
I take a deep breath before I ask my next question, feeling immensely guilty before it even falls from my lips. Were all of them burned? I saw the ash in the charred ground.
Each body has been burned very badly, yes, to the point where we cannot determine what wounds they sustained beforehand.
Not even with magic. He shakes his head, exchanging a look with August, one I can't quite place.
Not even with magic.
Oh, I guess I can ask both. Are the, other than the timing of the murders, are there any other patterns I should be aware of?
Harry's mouth twists into a grimace, and he shakes his head.
I hope you don't think ill of me, but I'd rather not tell you at this point.
He and August share a look, and August seems perplexed by this statement.
Harry.
It's like the same voice. Harry places his hand upon August's shoulder, a reassuring touch, a smile, then he's looking back at me.
Please, just trust me, both of you. I want you to go out there and see things with your own eyes. Utilize your abilities. Then we can discuss what we've already discovered. This is a complex case with many intricacies, and I think it's important that you don't let your opinions cloud your judgment.
As terrifying and as baffling as this may seem, I see where Harry is coming from. I don't want to be influenced by an investigation that is so obviously failing. So, where would you like me to start? I almost expect them to tell me to figure it out myself, but Harry surprises me.
Well, the most obvious of places would be the Abeck. Ibeck?
The what? Thank you.
The curious pair are the Woodridge twins. They've taken up residence in the old church in the middle of town. I'm sure you've seen it.
I saw it all right. Big, imposing, and very obviously dilapidated. Yes, I did notice it. It's quite hard to miss. But I assumed it was empty with it being in such a state of disrepair.
We can only dream that it becomes vacant, unfortunately.
August clenches their fist, the faintest flicker of magic shimmering in their palm. They can do magic? What? This is the first I heard of it.
They're a plague upon this town, spouting their drivelling, preaching to the dumb and ignorant. They're idiots. Augustus.
Oh, I made him so much older. Augustus! August takes a deep breath, their magic dissipating.
Right, sorry. Well, I'm not fond of them, if you couldn't already tell.
Harry and I share a glance, and he smiles warmly, winking at me.
Oh, I think we get the picture. Now, as I said, I suggest you start with them. Just see what you make of them. You might need to play among the women. You need to play along with the women. Woman. She tends to favor playing games. Anything to baffle you.
Have they already been questioned? Are they dangerous? Are they human? Harry shrugs, and August's annoyance at him being so unbothered is obvious.
Yes, they are human. And yes, they've been questioned. Hunter Merriman saw to that. But she and the woman have a rather tumultuous relationship. Their alibi is solid. They have a guard, a human who has connections to Clan Casimir, and she has no reason to support the Abeck other than doing her job. I'd still be interested to hear what you think of her, though. So in theory, they're harmless, but they should have the people's ear for some bizarre reason. They prey on fear, and the town is infected with that right now. Be cautious of them. They certainly won't take kindly to you. Oh, I think the general can handle them just fine. Have some faith, August.
I'm a general? Wow. Wow. I'm so high up in the army. Or not army, the hunters. Yeah.
August waves their hand dismissively, wandering over to a filing cabinet that's nestled in the far corner whilst muttering something under their breath. A warm hand touches my arm.
We trust you, Fenry. Now, once you've spoken to them, I suggest just going where your gut tells you. There are plenty of other Lunarians for you to get to know, so just take today to really find your feet.
I must meet with August and some of the other generals now, but please report back to us in the morning. Unless you find damning evidence, of course, in which case, report back immediately. I nod, glancing over at my superior, who has taken it upon themselves to dive headfirst to another pile of paperwork. Trust no one, right?
Not a bloody soul. Suspect everyone. Question everything. Including you. Dun-dun.
I close the door behind me, leaving August and Harry with their discussion. I feel a bit overwhelmed, but ready. Ready to finally start my investigation, and to hopefully end all this chaos. I take a deep breath and straighten my clothes, feeling ruffled from both that initial heated encounter and the brief but semi-informative conversation with Lieutenant General.
Oh, our heated encounter. Ooh.
The sexy kind of heat, obviously. As I turn to leave, I spot Piper leaning against the wall. She looks stoic, her gaze fixed on the floor. She perks up when she spots me approaching. Oi, Fenry. I can call you that, can't I? She makes a quiet, frustrated noise and closes her eyes. She shakes her head, exhaling sharply before she meets my gaze. Listen, I'm sorry you had to witness that exchange. I couldn't bring myself to leave without apologizing for my behavior, both today and in the tavern the other day. It's been a rough few weeks, and I often let my passions overrule any rational thoughts that I promise I am capable of having. It's unbecoming of me. I'm taken aback by the vulnerability of her words. This isn't the Piper I thought I'd have to become accustomed to. Piper, She raises her hand to hold my words, calloused fingers curling into a fist. Please, just let me apologize, all right? Then we can pretend I never acted like a complete arsehole, and you can go and do your job. So... She sticks out her hand, her daggers clanging noisily where they rest in the holsters on her back. The name's Piper Merriman. She rolls her eyes, taking a deep breath before the next sentence. Major Piper Merriman. She throws me a wicked grin, and I can't help but laugh.
I'm gonna flirt with everyone. And then the game gods will decide who we get.
I eagerly take her hand in my own and shake it firmly, my touch lingering a little longer than necessary as I cling to her warmth. It's a pleasure, Hunter Merriman. I gather I'll be seeing you around, or hope I will. A smirk hooks the corner of her mouth, our fingers brushing as they slowly part, and there's something curious shining in her striking gaze. Well, the town isn't terribly small. It would be quite hard to avoid me. I shrug nonchalant. I can think of far worse things than bumping into you. She narrows her eyes, shoving me playfully. The most subtle flash of color creeps across her freckled cheeks. Oh, I don't know. I can be pretty scary. If you ask nicely. Nicely, you say? She purses her lips, her sapphire gaze sweeping over me like a caress. Well, well. I think we're going to get along swimmingly, Fenry. She's quite an enigma, and I can feel my skin prickling under her heavy gaze. Certainly not an unwelcome feeling. She snorts a laugh, the sound wholly inelegant, but charming nonetheless. What's so funny? She narrows her gaze, shifting from one foot to the other, as if she has excess energy to dispel. Oh, nothing much. Just didn't expect you to be quite so, interesting, I suppose. I feign offense, and her answering laugh is magical. I'll just have to prove myself then, won't I? That you will. Piper glances at the clock before turning back to me with a roll of her eyes. Ugh, I better get going. I have an inevitably worthless mission to get on with. People in this town are adept at mistaking common house cats for ghastly creatures. There must be something in the water. Keep saying codex entry unlocked. Wait, I'm gonna save and we're gonna find out what this codex entry shit is. I think it's under extras or settings. Oh, there. Codex. Oh. Look, there's a bunch of stuff. I was like, what is, oh my god, this is so wordy. Holy shit. Oh my god. This is too many words. Holy. I am not reading all this out loud. Oh my god. Speaking of TLDR, literally. Oh, that's cute. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, I'm not reading that. Oh, his gallery. Ooh. The spoilers. It's a mini story. Oh, they're all locked. Okay. I should go too. Yes, of course. Now off you go. Save Lunaris and all that. I'll see you around, Fenry. She turns on her heel and heads for the exit, pulling her chestnut hair up into a messy bun as she goes. I gather my wits, checking my supplies and weapons, adjusting my armor. It's time to begin. Ooh, gonna find a murderer, gonna go door to door. Well, first go into a church, then gonna find a murderer. It's a strangely beautiful day in Lunaris. Regardless of the biting cold, the sky is clear and the cobbled streets are abuzz with the smiling faces of townsfolk strolling to the local market with empty baskets and full pockets. There's certainly a different vibe to the last time I walked the street. No panic, no haste. As I draw nearer to the center of town, I see that imposing white building. Scarlet flags sway in the wind on the roof, but as I look closer, I can see they're tattered and dirtied. The twins may very well be human, but the way my stomach drops and twists as I approach the weathered wooden door tells me I might be shocked by what I find inside. Give me a sec, I'm gonna chug some water hardcore. In like 2 seconds. Okay. Also, yeah. Give me another sec. ADHD was playing a little bit. Okay. But I'll find inside. I push open the heavy doors. Thanks. More water. And then I'll have to take a pee break. I'll have to make like tea round 2 later. I push open the heavy doors, and the sight that I'm met with snatches the breath from my lungs. This place is huge. Oh, thank you for the stretch, Nova. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I'm gonna stand up. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I need like some sort of posture something. Like, I feel like my chair is pretty ergonomic. I feel like I'm just sitting like a gremlin. Okay. This place is huge. Its domed ceiling was seemingly once decorated with an intricate painting. Ah, yes, the Sistine Chapel. Beautiful. But the layers have cracked and peeled over time, and nothing more than the remnants of what looks like the starry night sky cling to it. Okay, I guess it was a sky, not the Sistine Chapel, whatever. The furniture is caked with a thick layer of dust, and the pews are in disarray and covered with strange etchings that look like they've been carved into the cheap wood with a blunt nail. There's a lot to take in, but I'm not here to scour this ruin for evidence. I'm here to talk to its inhabitants. The dread that's now firmly seated in the pit of my stomach churns violently, but it's something old, something that lingers. I anticipate that I might find a lot more than I'm bargaining for if I truly desire. But I need to focus. I need to find the Woodridge twins. As if by magic, 2 pairs of startlingly blue eyes emerge from the shadows near the destroyed pulpit. Oh, they look kind of creepy, but also very sexy. Hello, Hunter. We were expecting you. To say that they're unusual would be an understatement. And they're not at all what I was expecting.
This one looks like Lestat, kind of. I'll start slow.
I offer her a small friendly smile, however forced it may be. Oh my god. Word travels fast in Lunaris. I'm Hunter Helsing. She narrows her eyes at me, suspicious for the briefest of moments before she's smiling unnervingly again. Despite her best efforts at apparently trying to be cute, it's still terrifying. I'm Aurora, and this is my dear brother, Armoros. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Hunter Helsing. I nod politely, not quite sure which one of them I should be focusing my attention on. Armoros doesn't appear to enjoy talking, or maybe he's simply not permitted to.
Ew, this music is intense.
His overbearing sister is clearly the leader of the two.
There's an ad coming in 3 minutes. I'm sorry. Wee. I guess I should address Aurora since she's the one talking.
I study her steeled gaze, and she seems completely at ease. Aurora, can you tell me what you do here? Armoros looks relieved that I didn't focus my attention on him, his once stiff shoulders sagging. Aurora clears her throat, a delicate hand covering her mouth as she does so. Well, what exactly would you like to know?
What is the ABEC?
I clear my throat, trying not to be distracted by the unnatural stillness. Can you explain to me what you do and why? They share a look, and Armoros nods once under his sister's ice-cold gaze. Our purpose is simple. We spread the word of the night, of those that are opposed and murdered, oppressed, and murdered in cold blood. And who exactly are the oppressed? She giggles, the sound musical, but edging on maniacal. The creatures, of course. I look at Armoros, and he drops his gaze, color sweeping across his pale cheeks. Is my answer not satisfying, Hunter Helsing? Surely you know that the institution that you serve brings harm to innocents. And the creatures that you kill are nothing more than confused and lost, merely looking for salvation. I pause, carefully contemplating my response.
These two give off, we were watching you from across the bar and we like your vibes kind of vibe. Yes, if you played Baldur's Gate, there's a set of twins in Baldur's Gate that you can do things with together at the same time, and that is definitely the vibe. You know what I'm talking about.
I pause, carefully contemplating my response. My adult life has consisted of seeing bloodthirsty creatures trying to mindlessly murder innocent people, and in turn trying to kill me as I protect them. I see no desire for salvation in that. I appreciate that there are creatures who didn't intend to harm anyone, even some that are kinder than most humans. But... I smile again and take a deep breath. But I cannot bring myself to understand how you can blindly support the slaughter of your own people. Armoros frowns deeply, and I swear I see him shaking his head at me, but it's just subtle enough for his sister not to notice. Because humans are inferior and pathetic.
I wonder if he secretly, agrees with me, and she's just like, you do what I tell you, or you, get the, I don't fucking know. I don't get the whip or some shit. I don't know, it's probably weird and kinky.
We infest and corrupt the earth by dedicating our time and resources to ridding it of the only things that give our wretched species any hope. She inhales sharply, calming herself and brushing her hands over the front of her skirt. So, Hunter Helsing, to answer your question, we are here to protect the creatures just as you are here to destroy them.
Oh, okay. I feel like it's not that important which I ask first. I keep getting stressed about, which one I can ask.
I'm sure you're very aware of the recent murders in the area. Can you tell me anything that may be of use to my investigation? Aurora steals her gaze, unblinking, her fingers clasped tightly in front of her. We saw nothing, and we have an alibi.
I look at Armoros, startled that he actually spoke. Oh my god, wait, that was him talking? Oh shit. Oh my gosh. It was him talking. Okay, they get the same voice, I guess. I'll give him a similar voice, it's fine.
Starlit, his voice is strangely soft and comforting. Regardless, his words sound practiced and rehearsed. He looks nervous, like he'd rather be anywhere else but here, and his eyes keep darting to the door behind me. Nothing at all. You're stationed right beside the graveyard where the last hunter's body was discovered. You're telling me you didn't hear a thing. He was brutally murdered, set alight and burned to ash, and yet he didn't scream or call for help? Aurora's lips curl at the corner, her eyes turning dark. My brother speaks the truth, Hunter Helsing. Question us all you like, but we've been through this with your unsufferable predecessor. Just like Harry said, they appear to have an ironclad alibi, but my suspicion does not waver. I nod once, noticing Armoros's gaze burning into me, and though I cannot gauge how he's feeling, my gut tells me he has something to say, something he wouldn't dare to with his sister by his side. Like he's scared. I'm starting to feel like Harry sent me here just to unnerve me. Surely he knew this is what I would be faced with. I still have little to nothing to work with here. And as the twins continue to stare me down, I think about his parting words. Suspect everyone. Question everything. You truly have nothing else to say regarding this situation. Aurora stands firm, her lips curling into that wolfish grin once more. Not a thing. It was ever so wonderful to make your acquaintance, though. Truly. Do stop by again. Our doors are open to everyone. We're more than happy to accommodate you, should your agency need to question us for a third time.
Girl, I watch a lot of true crime docs. They question the same people like 7 times. Like, you're in for the long haul. Because they have to question you if they think you're like, your story might change because it's a lie. So they're like, let me question them again. 6 months, same thing. Yeah, let me try again in 6 months. Well, let me try again in a different environment. Like, that 3 times. 2 times is not that bad. Calm down. Armoros gives me a look again. And I wonder if it would be possible to somehow get him alone. Ooh, wow. What? Oh, okay, I didn't actually click on the screen. I have a feeling I'd get a lot more out of him than I have from her. Get a lot more out of him than I have from her. Thank you, Aurora. Armoros. On my way out, I see a small, neatly wrapped package sitting on the doorstep. I bend down to check the label, and written on it in elegant script are the words, Zes Haywa, and Armoros's name paired with a small heart. Oh, he has a secret admirer. Cute. I may not know what it means, but I know a demonic language when I see one. Just as I suspected, there might be a lot more to Armoros Woodridge than meets the eye. Here, let me save. I think that's like the end of a section. Because it says 2, an apology. Nope. Still on 2. I walk through the center of town for a while, getting to know the buildings and watching the people that pass me by. Lunaris turns into a quiet, nervous town when the sun begins to set, and I wonder if it's only recently lost its warmth. I consider heading for the graveyard, something tugging at me and telling me that there's more there for me to find, but... Okay. Alcar suddenly appears from between the crooked houses, sending 2 children that were playing in the street scattering. I think I gave him like a ruggedy voice.
What the hell have you been doing in that damn church? Are you feeding in their bullshit already?
He pauses, huffing a sharp breath through his nose.
I thought you'd be different, just like everyone said you'd be. How stupid of me to want to believe them.
This certainly isn't the first time I've been caught off guard by an angry lichen, but it's safe to say that I don't need to fear for my life here. Maybe. He does look pretty pissed. It's not what you think, Alcar. I was just questioning them. He scoffs, rolling his eyes. His hands are shaking, but he balls them into fists when he catches me looking. Gotta riz him up, then he'll be less mad.
Is that so? And why should I believe you? I don't even know you.
No, you don't. Which is why you should consider giving me the benefit of the doubt. I'm just trying to do my job. Do you suggest I just ignore the very obvious cult in the middle of the town? His wolf ears flicker back and forth, and he unclenches his fists. Dude, the double ears thing is still wild. I cannot.
You were just questioning them?
I nod. Yes, I was hardly agreeing with them in their hatred for, well,
Me.
He rolls his eyes at me, standing his ground. Something has me curious, and I can't resist asking. They want to protect you from the likes of me, so why do you despise them so much?
Because they couldn't care less about those of us that don't enjoy killing humans mindlessly. Because we're not real creatures if we stay out of trouble and befriend humans or each other.
So if you dare to act even remotely human, you're the enemy too.
He smirks, brows raised. Now you're getting it.
Alcar is apparently defensive to a fault, but I sense that underneath the surface, he's probably just scared, maybe even a little lonely. Must be hard to be feared like that when you've done nothing wrong. At least, I don't think he is. He is kind of a bastard.
He's probably done something wrong. I'll say, were you following me?
Alcar, were you following me?
He bristles, frowning deeply.
Don't flatter yourself. I can just smell the twins a mile away. I just like to keep an eye on things, especially them. Especially strange new hunters who appear out of nowhere, then proceed to hang out with those creeps.
Well, cross my heart and hope to die, my visit was innocent.
Now be careful making that statement here. Someone might take you up on it.
I laugh, but he's probably right. So you just happened to conveniently be hiding in an alley to jump out on me then?
Something like that, yeah.
A moment passes and Alcar restlessly shifts from one foot to the other. He doesn't seem incredibly satisfied with my answer about questioning the twins. I can't really do more to convince him, nor do I care to right now. So where are you heading now? Do you live nearby? He narrows his eyes, clearly contemplating if he wants to divulge such information.
Why?
Because the flirting begins. It's the great flirting. We flirt with everyone.
Can't I just get to try to know? Can't I just try to get to know you a little better?
And why would you want to do that?
I offer him a smile as I shake my head, incredulous that he so obviously suspects the worst from everyone. Because I think there's more to you than meets the eye. Am I not allowed to be curious?
Oh my gosh, all the cheebs.
He narrows those vivid scarlet eyes, meeting my gaze and holding it.
I suppose you are.
He continues to stare me down, taking a tentative step closer.
So if I didn't let you get to know me a little better, what then?
I contemplate his question carefully, taking him in and surveying him from head to toe. Well, for starters, I'd buy you some shoes.
He doesn't wear shoes.
He smirks, his scarred lip curling in the corner. He looks handsome when he smiles, a little softer.
How thoughtful of you. But you wouldn't be the first to try.
No.
He shakes his head, wiggling his bare toes against the cobblestones.
Oh my god, feet for free? He looks handsome anyways. What, without shoes? It's probably a wolf thing. See?
I run faster without them.
And who exactly are you running from?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
We share a quiet laugh, something passing between us. It's warm, and I feel like I'm finally getting to experience the real Alcar for the first time.
Not you outing yourself. What? Oh, me as the foot thing? No. I've been asked for feet pics before. I am not into feet. I have been propositioned for them before. And I was like, maybe, because easy money. But then they were like a weirdo and were like mad at me for not messaging every 2 seconds. So I'm like, nah, blocked. It was super weird. It was on like one of my other, it was like on an Insta account I have that I don't even show my face at all. So I'm like, why this one? I have like 4 other ones. Like, what are y'all doing? You're reaching out on the wrong one.
It's warm, and I feel like I'm finally getting to experience the real Alcar for the first time.
Yeah, it is lame. I could have gotten money, but they were a weirdo. Which, I mean, I guess. But you can have a non-weirdo simp.
Or at least I hope. Funny.
I'm a funny guy.
He glances up at the sky, muttering something under his breath before he sets his gaze upon me once again.
It's getting dark, and there's a cold drink with my name on it at the Wolf.
The Wolf? Is that the name of that bar?
As much as I'd love to stay standing in the middle of the street talking to Linares' new favorite person, I'd better dash.
Oh, ass shot. Oh, that's cute.
He turns as if he's about to leave, but he pauses, pointing to the
At the Ibeck.
The building looms over the town and appears even more unsettling now that I know who resides there.
Stay away from there. You might think you're safe because you're human, but words can do just as much harm as knives or claws in this town.
I get the horrible feeling that he's right. Maybe I should have pushed harder with them. I should be asking him about the murders too, but Harry told me to trust my instincts. And right now, something is pulling me towards the graveyard, not towards this scrappy, sarcastic wolf. I'll be careful.
See to it that you are, Hunter. The town might fucking implode if it has to deal with much more.
Keeping my horny thoughts to myself. Free your horny thoughts, man. This is a free horny zone. That sounds weird. Everyone is free to horny.
He makes a dismissive noise, scowling at me, but he's unable to mask his obvious worry for my well-being.
Not that I care. Anyway, I'll see you around.
He offers me a half-arsed wave paired with a decidedly mischievous grin, and then Alucard slinks back into the alley from whence he came. Not sketchy at all.
Ooh. Wonder if that demon boy is here.
The quiet one. The graveyard looks so different at night. Beautiful, even. Fog twists and curls around my ankles as I walk, glimmering specks of vivid blue light sparkling in its haze. Thankfully, the darkness is a little more forgiving this evening, and something seems to be guiding me along and leading me right to the place where the murder happened. I'm hoping that I might be able to get a clearer idea of what transpired here that night, now that I know who he was, or what he was. I follow the path to see a dark figure crouching before a neat line of gravestones. There's no danger here, not that I can feel, but I approach with caution anyway. As I draw nearer, I recognize him. It's Finn.
Oh, that is not who I expected to be here. I thought it would be a demon omen, whatever.
I'm no fool, and I know he senses me here, but he doesn't flinch, keeping his gaze fixed on the dark forest that surrounds us. Now I'm gonna go harass him. I clear my throat, quirking my brow as he stands and turns to face me, effortlessly graceful. There are no walls for you to pin me against out here. How will you cope? His golden eyes shine in the darkness, and he offers me a sheepish glance. When good people are getting brutally murdered, my instincts tend to get the better of me, but I apologize again. I'll do anything you require for you to feel comfortable around me. No mind reading? He shakes his head quickly.
You know, he's got the same powers as Edward Cullen. I think his is mind reading. Or it's like future telling or something. I don't know. Some weird nonsense.
No mind reading. Unless you ask, of course. Or unless you have any particularly loud thoughts. Then I'm afraid there's not much I can do to help it. A smirk hooks the corner of his mouth, and he offers me his iron hand, switching to his flesh one when I throw him a curious look. Ah, both are just as cold as the other, unfortunately. Truce. I shrug heartily and shiver as his cold skin meets my warmth. His hands shake firm. Truce. I really need to have a look around. I sensed something near when near where the body was found the night after I arrived. He pauses, looking as though he's trying to decide if he should say what he's thinking. There's definitely strange energy here. Stranger than usual, anyway. But I can help you. If you wish. I mean, if you wanted an immortal opinion. How exactly can you help me? He huffs a quiet laugh and folds his arms across his chest. Would an excellent sense of smell, and the ability to see things your human eyes cannot be of use? I feign disinterest, a playful roll of my eyes as he waits for my response. I suppose I shouldn't dismiss any help. How do I know that you're not the thing committing these horrible crimes? I've been told to trust no one more times than I can count. So tell me, Finn, why should I trust you? He offers me a wry smile, but sadness lingers in his gaze. Freedom. Freedom. He nods again, taking another deep, unnecessary breath. I've been trying to become a better man since the day I died. My sire was a cruel man, a tyrant. Being around that for centuries does something to you. Where's your sire now? He swallows thickly, rubbing the back of his neck. It's almost a nervous gesture, and the first time I've seen him do anything that looked remotely human or graceless. Dead. Killed by your lieutenant general. I owe Harry my life. He freed me from Levi's shackles.
These names are like the blandest names ever. Oh my god. There's like some of them that are cool, but some of them are just like Levi. And what is, oh god, I already forgot this guy's name. But they just feel so normal. Hi, it's me, Brad the vampire.
He pauses, head tilting towards the night sky as he closes his eyes. A smile crosses his lips. Something wicked. I've done terrible things in my time, and I intend to pay penance for those the rest of my days.
Dude, I cannot decide on a voice for this man.
Which, if you hadn't heard, is forever. There are so many things I want to ask him. He's seen so much, done so much, and I soon lost so much. So to answer your question, I value doing the right thing above all else, even if sometimes I tend to stumble a little, metaphorically, of course. I offer him a wry smile, watching him watch me.
I'm flirty to all.
I'd be lying if I said I'm not curious to get to know him a little better. Spending some time with you wouldn't be so terrible, I suppose. He looks taken aback by my statement, but he recovers in record time. A smirk that I've come to learn is quintessentially Finn crossing his lips. A smirk that has my cheeks heating. You suppose, I step closer, his gaze burning into mine, and I feel a shiver roll down my spine, the hairs on the back of my neck standing to attention. He notices. Are you cold? He's teasing me, so I decide to play along. Freezing. He makes a quiet little noise, one I think I could become quite fond of hearing. Unfortunately, I can't warm you up. I am quite dead, you know. I raise my brow at him, unable to stop the smile that's spreading across my lips. Really, I didn't notice. The fangs and deathly pale skin are ever so subtle. He pokes the point of one of his fangs with the top of his tongue before he speaks. I find myself watching the movement quite intently. I don't think I've ever been called subtle before.
I seriously need to figure out a voice for this man. Nothing's working.
Well, there's a first time for everything. He narrows his gaze, apparently contemplating his next sentence quite carefully. You're different, aren't you? I like different. I clear my throat, stabbing myself out of this little daze I appear to have lulled myself into. We should. He smiles, wider this time. He's handsome bathed in the moonlight, even more so than in the artificial light of the shop. It's distracting.
Everyone in this town is handsome. Even the old man. Handsome. Sexy. Such as the town of sexy.
He's apparently quite distracted himself, and he clears his throat before he next speaks. Yes, we should. I brush past him, a little closer than necessary, and another shiver overtakes me as I feel his cool skin against my own. I head for the crime scene, hyper aware of him following close behind, knowing his gaze is burning into me. We stop at the charred patch of grass, Finn bending to pick up one of the bloodied shards of the shattered gravestone. He brings it to his nose and glances at me before he gives it a sniff. He's apparently quite repulsed by whatever scent he's picked up, and he hands me the stone, wiping his hands off his trousers. I suggest you keep that. It's not something I've experienced before, and I've smelled a lot of different things in my time. It seems off. If it's from a creature, it's certainly not one I've come across in my 600 years. I throw him an accusatory glance before I turn my attention back to what he's handed me. I put it in my pocket for safekeeping. You can't pick up anything at all, so that means it isn't the victim's blood.
Let me drink some water. I'm getting a little again.
He shakes his head. Definitely not his. Well, here goes nothing. I do exactly as I did last time.
Yeah, I've got the psychic grabby power.
Closing my eyes and concentrating, pouring all of my energy into seeking out that lingering memory. It's just as I remember. Loud, and I almost can't hear it. Can't bear it as deep. As a deep, scared voice echoes in my mind. I can read. Leave while you still...
Oh, deep.
Leave while you still can.
I feel a force pushing at me, but it's weak and nothing I can't handle, so I fight it and hold my ground. It's not hostile, but panicked. It's trying to tell me to go, to get out, to run. That just makes me want to stay all the more. I hear Finn saying my name, but it's distant, almost as if I'm underwater. I want to help. Tell me how. Who did this to you?
No help. Just death. You can't stop them. I tried. I failed.
Voice quickly disappears, and all I'm left with are more questions. I open my eyes to find Finn crouched before me, his eyes wide, concern etched on his handsome face.
I thought I heard my cat crying again. Let me check real fast. Since he's a little shit. Nope, making it up. Going insane. It's fine.
Are you okay? What was that? I wasn't listening, I swear it, but I couldn't block it out. He was just so loud.
Oh my god, what is this voice?
He was just so loud.
That's what we're going with. I don't fucking know.
I exhale sharply, shaking my head and taking his hand as he offers to help me stand. I fall against him as he catches me with fluid grace. It was the hunter. It must have been. What did you hear? He pauses, frowning and tightening his grip on me. Nothing coherent. Just noise. But it was intense. That's never happened before. What do you mean? I mean, I feel things. I hear things sometimes too, but I've never directly spoken to a spirit like this before. At least, that's what I think it was. We should go and find August. He seems reluctant to let me go, a stitch in his brow as he looks at me. Are you sure you're okay? I nod, regretting it immediately as a wave of dizziness overtakes me. I've got you. You need to go and seek out Ezra. He can help you. Trust me. He's good with weird shit like this. I contemplate heading back to see August, but I suspect they wouldn't appreciate me disturbing them at this hour with little more than a ghost story. You're right. I'll head to a shop immediately. Finn nods, still watching me and holding me close. Head straight there. Promise me. I place my hands on his chest, his very big chest, and Finn holds my arm as I try to steady myself. I will. Thank you, Finn. I chase his touch as we break apart, his cool fingers feeling so soothing against my skin. If you need me, don't hesitate to come and find me. Ezra can tell you how to get to me. I'm kind of tempted. Oh wait, I want to see what the voices sound like. They're gonna be so much different. Just wait. I swallow thickly, nodding and trying to shake myself free of his haze. I will. I swear it. Oh, well, I turned them on right when he left. He He turns and heads for the forest, casting a final lingering glance at me over his shoulder before he disappears into the darkness. Now I need to find Ezra, and fast. I hurry to the shop, still unsteady on my feet, and my mind is reeling. What the hell is going on in this town? I round the corner and see that the lantern outside the shop is dark. The blatantly lit lantern in the illustration. See how late it had gotten. I can only hope that he's home. I knock on the door and hear a loud crash, followed by quick footsteps. Oh, hey, it's Demon Boy. The door creaks open slowly, and a face that definitely isn't Ezra's appears.
Nah, it's so dark. Yeah, use your imagination.
Taken aback at the sight of Omen, his eyes wide as he stares at me. Are you supposed to be in there, Omen? He blinks, and a moment later he smiles, full of sheepish remorse.
Wait, we gotta hear him talk. Nope, never mind.
They're like, you will never hear anyone talk. That answers my question, though it's difficult to even work up any annoyance if he's actually trespassing. Is he influencing me with his powers, or is his human face just that cute?
Damn, not Fenrir baiting us. Hey, I'm not trying to. Oh, what? He's not talking? I had voice. I swear to God, I have voices. Okay, maybe they only talk sometimes. Wow, I thought I'd get a break, but nah. That's okay. Omen's voices, like my Omen voices.
Soft and whispery. Yes, I'm...
Oh, I don't even remember what voice I did.
Yes, I'm maybe kind of living here right now. Oh, really?
They were roommates. If you really need a break, you should take one. Nah, it's fine. Powering through.
Oh, really? He smiles shyly, his ears twitching, and he looks away for a moment.
Oh, did I already say there's an ad coming? There's an ad coming. Sorry. Wait. Sorry, not sorry.
Is Ezra here? He shakes his head, opening the door a little more.
Oh my God, he's talking. Wow. He's got a very normal man voice.
His eyes widen a little more as if he remembered something.
It's also super quiet. I turned it on loud and it's still quiet. Weird. He talks like once in a blue. Okay.
Sorry, would you like to come in? I contemplate rushing off to continue my search for Ezra, but I would be stupid to miss a chance to find out a little more about this curious demon. I'd love to, but just for a moment. There's a neat little pile of cushions ranged on the rug in the middle of the shop, and a handful of empty wrappers that I can only assume were once filled with treats.
So he's sleeping on a pile of cushions on the floor. He is a dog.
Owen rushes to pick them up and scrunches them into a ball as if he's trying to get rid of the evidence. His tail sways mindlessly as he sticks them in a small bin behind the counter. He seems oddly at home here, so I assume he's telling the truth about staying here often. You look exhausted. Have you been busy today? I laugh quietly, rubbing my temple, my head continuing to thrum. Very busy, yes. He nods, picking up a lightly glowing blue crystal that sits on one of the displays. He fiddles with it nervously. Can I ask you a few questions? I suppose, yes.
Oh God, stop. I need to stop making everyone automatically brush.
I might not be able to answer much, though. Why? He grimaces.
I try to stay out of things around here. The humans don't like me very much.
I mean, it's kind of how I pictured it.
Because you're a demon. His mouth twists into something that looks like it's trying and very much failing to be a smile. It's something like that. I suppose that's fair. It's not every day you see a demon like him walking down the street. Even these days. He's well glamored, but he's still quite obviously inhuman. In a town like this, especially one so small, I imagine he's quite an unnerving presence. And that isn't even taking into consideration that the murders and unanswered mysteries might have done to the townsfolk's nerves. Holy moly. Okay, ask about the murders? Ask about himself. I want to know you. Wink. I mean, I'm probably going to ask both, but we're asking this First, I don't know much about you. Where are you from? And how long have you been here in Lunaris? His eyes widen, his pupils dilating, and I see the slightest hint of crimson flickering in chestnut brown.
I've been here about 2 years. Time passes differently here for me, so it's hard to know for sure. You'd have to ask Ezra. He'd know.
I don't miss the way he so tactfully ignores my question about his origins, but I decide not to press him if he's giving me something. Yet. How did you meet Ezra? He lights up at that question.
I met him the day I arrived in Lunaris. He was the first person I saw, and he took me in without question when I was in need of shelter.
Wow, so charitable. Ezra's very kind, isn't he? He nods enthusiastically. He is quite wonderful. Everyone thinks so. Well. He fidgets, dropping his gaze to his hands, fingers toying with the blue crystal again. The General, August, they don't like him very much, and that makes Ezra sad. Do you know why? He shakes his head, biting his lip. No, I don't want to ask, but Finn says they've known each other for a very long time. Maybe they're exes.
Very, very kind to me. I don't want to pry. Not about things that might hurt.
I can't really hear him. Yeah, I know. I can't. He's quiet on my end too, which is weird because I had the volume set up really loud. Here, let me turn the game audio up higher. Like, it said like I got the voice volume real like. This is the max it goes, and it's still like,
I nod slowly. It's hard to argue with that, I suppose.
it's fine. I can go back to reading about that, like reading their voices too, if it's like a problem. It said, no, these voices were not meant to be.
Do you know much about the recent murders? Owen passively looks out the window, a sad look crossing his face.
I know that the humans are upset, and that the ones who were killed were hunters. Ezra is tired all the time, and Finn visits him less. Alcar is... well, Alcar is distant.
You know, maybe this is kind of helping me pronounce things.
He sighs, a knot forming between his brows.
Everything is so different lately. I don't like it.
His eyes light up as he turns to look at me.
But now you're here. A solution. A fresh start.
Oh yeah, it does sound better now. Some. Oh, I'm glad it sounds a little better.
Eventually, Omen shrugs. The wind changes, perhaps towards shore this time. And he smiles at me, full of optimism and faith.
Oh, I said faith word. Faith.
His trust is almost sweet, but I can't in good consciousness lie to him. I hope so, Omen. But it might take me a little while. Right. Yes, I understand that.
He fidgets where he stands, his eyes flickering to the curtain that hides Ezra's living area.
Can I show you something?
Of course you can.
One moment. He dashes through the curtain that separates the front of the shop with the back, reappearing within seconds, clutching a weathered notebook. Here, I keep notes on things I find interesting, mostly humans, but also Finn, Alcar, Ezra. He trails off, looking wistful.
I thought maybe this could help you. If you need to know stuff about certain people, I might have something here.
I don't understand where is the... why read some lines, not all the lines? I don't get it.
Is there anything about me? Wink. You said you write about things that you find interesting.
That's right. Anything that intrigues me, I guess. Sometimes things I don't understand, so I can ask someone later. Human things, mostly.
I smile, enamored. He's so wonderfully curious. It's a nice break from the doom and gloom that the others I've spoken to have been emanating. Is there anything about me in there? He stutters, holding the book a little tighter. Oh, maybe. I raise an eyebrow at him, yet he shyly drops his gaze.
Yes. Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. Ooh. My smile grows exponentially, and Omen smiles in return. The color in his cheeks is almost matching his shirt. What did you write about me? His tail sways back and forth enthusiastically, curling around his leg.
You're really putting me on the spot, huh?
As long as it's nice, I don't mind. Oh, I offer him a wink. Wink.
Oh, it's very nice. Trust me.
Aww. I sigh dramatically, watching him watch me. I have a feeling there'll be more notes in this book this evening. Well, I guess I'll have to trust you if you're not going to show me. Never say never, Fenry. I feel a sudden twinning of pain in my temple again. The sensation is unpleasant and it burns. Fenry, are you okay? Omen rushes to my side, the notebook forgotten upon the counter. He reaches for me, but his head is hesitant. I can feel an impossible warmth radiating off his palm, but he withdraws his hand before he touches me. I'm fine, I really need to find Ezra. Do you have any idea where he could be?
I don't know for sure, but he usually goes to the market or the tavern. Maybe even the catacombs.
Catacombs? What is this, like Paris?
The catacombs?
Hey, good job also, digital me. Also, like, what the hell?
He nods, leaning closer.
Yes, that's where the vampires are.
Oh, well, that makes sense why, what's his face Finn went underground immediately.
He presses his finger to his lips, a human gesture that looks out of place, like he's been practicing it.
I would try the tavern first, though. He did mention he needed a drink. He likes to drink a lot of wine after a busy day.
Thank you so much, Omen. I'd better hurry. I bid him a quick farewell and head back out into the darkness. I push my way into the tavern, scanning every table for that shock of white hair. And, much to my relief, I see the friendly face I'm looking for. He's noticed me already, his hand raised as he beckons me over to where he sits alone in a cozy spot in the corner. His smile is as bright and as wide as I remember, and I take a seat opposite him.
It's good to see you. I hope the town hasn't scared you off yet.
Is this the same voice actor as Omen? He sounds similar. I don't know.
Oh, I like his laugh. Raise an accusatory eyebrow at him, earning a laugh. Well, even if I was scared off, I can't really go anywhere, can I? Ezra smiles softly, but he seems restless.
Oh, nope, not really. Okay.
I suppose not, no.
What's that like? Being bound to do whatever you're told by your duty.
It's lonely. I contemplate his question for a moment, wondering exactly how honest I should be. Well, it's quite lonely, especially when you're torn from your previous post and dropped into a weird town full of strangers. And murders. Don't forget those. He winks, a sparkle in his eyes. And murders, yes.
I'm sorry you have to endure that. Loneliness is a terrible thing, but you shall be lonely no more. We've got you now. We're here for you.
Okay, I'm done with the voices. Not to diss the voice actors, I'm just like, it's so quiet, and the music in this game is so loud. I mean, I probably could fuck with it, but like, I don't know. And they don't read every line, and I'm like, this is just like a guessing game. I'm like,
He sits a little straighter, determined. He rolls his eyes playfully with a hand placed over his heart. You wound me. Yes, we. Myself and Finn and Piper and, well, maybe even August if you're lucky.
what are we talking about? Oh god, this stupid log thing. We have to go all the way to the bottom. Even if I was scared of, I can't really go anywhere. It's not using restless. I'm supposed to know. What's that? You want to do whatever you're told. Blah blah. It's quite lonely. Murderers, he winks, and murders, yes. I'm sorry, you have to endure that. Loneliness is a terrible thing, but you shall be lonely no more. We've got you. Got it.
I laugh as Ezra grimaces at the thought. You have people here. Some may be undead or just plain stubborn, but you have us. Thank you, Ezra. That means a lot. He shrugs it off, running his finger around the rim of this wine glass. We've all been lonely at some point. Some of us will always be lonely, even surrounded by people. But if there's the smallest chance that you can quell that with some good company, then you should take it. He looks up at me, and I wonder how such a human exists. He's kind, impossibly so. And I find it very hard to believe that it could ever be an act. So you have friends here, Fenry. The barmaid comes over and rolls her eyes, hands on her hips as she addresses me rather curtly.
Drink?
I got an achievement for getting a drink. Oh man, I don't like any of this shit. I like water. He's drinking wine, and then there's whiskey, which sucks, and I also don't like beer, so I guess water like a weenie. Because it's the only drink I would actually drink. I mean, I guess... Nah, whiskey sucks. Yeah, no. Do you have a hard cider or your finest vodka? Congrats on drinking. Yep. I'll have a glass of water like a nerd. She turns and wanders off with yet another roll of her eyes, and Ezra poorly stifles a laugh.
Don't take it personally. That's Edna. She's notoriously, short.
I grimace, and as she returns with my glass of water, I nod politely.
Thank you, Edna. Edna grunts, turning on her heel and throwing me a dismissive wave over her shoulder. Case and point. I've never been more grateful for a cold glass of water. I didn't realize how thirsty I was until I took a sip.
To be fair, I think I was sick, and that's why I came over here, to get him to help me. So, you know what? Water's good for sick people.
Are you okay? You seem tense. I was actually looking for you. I need to tell you something, but I need you to promise me you won't think I'm crazy. You're talking to someone who lives in Linares. Try me.
I think I did his voice not high enough. Eh.
I take a deep breath and edge closer, checking no one else is listening. I visited the graveyard after I left your shop yesterday to see the crime scene. I tried to get a feel for what happened there that night. Ezra leans in, his eyes wide. And I didn't really get much other than an overwhelming sense of loss, which is, well, quite normal considering the circumstances. People tend to feel such emotions when they're dying. But tonight, I went back. Finn was there too, and I felt something different. Different how exactly? I huff a laugh, knowing how ridiculous this sounds. I heard him, the hunter, the one who died. He spoke to me. Ezra's gaze darts around the tavern, and he sits back in his chair, running a hand through his hair. He wipes the look of shock off his face quickly, putting himself to rights. His voice is low when he speaks next. Barely a whisper. You're sure it was him? I nod. Positive. He told me to leave, and that there's no hope in helping. Ezra leans forward again, pushing his wine glasses.
He better not be crying at me, I will swear to God. Swear to me. I don't know, he's crying at my door, I don't know why. Crying outside near my door.
Placing his hand upon the table, his fingers are visibly twitching.
Take his hand, oh.
I mirror his movement and place my hand upon the table beside his, shamelessly needing comfort and contact. Ezra doesn't hesitate to take it in his own, his skin warm and soft as he squeezes it tightly. It's going to be okay. We'll figure this out together. I exhale sharply, feeling like I've been holding my breath ever since I left that graveyard. Thank you, Ezra. I don't know what I'd do without you, and I've only known you for a few days.
'Cause he's a baby. Oh, Pip? Yes, he is a baby. He is a needy baby that don't know what he wants.
It's okay. I'm used to taking care of people. It's my thing, I suppose. Besides, you're delightful. It's not like it's a chore. He softens his expression and starts drawing gentle, soothing circles on the back of my hand with his thumb. His cheeks darken slightly, and everything about him is impossibly enchanting. I'm glad you're okay, Fenry.
I think I'm reading everything. I don't fucking know. I lost the voices. It's fine.
I'm here for you, always. I'm more grateful than you'll ever know for that. Another squeeze of my hand, and we part reluctantly. Ooh. So, what now? He curls his finger around the stem of his glass and sighs deeply. I don't even know how to unpack this, but I do know that you need to rest. How's your head feeling? I sigh, pushing my water aside.
My water?
It's still hurting. Ezra fishes around in the pouch that's attached to his belt, retrieving a small vial full of what looks like a strange herb or flower. Here, crush this into some boiling water, and it should help with the headache. It's just some feverfew and butter burr. Completely natural, I promise.
Nothing sketchy here.
I take the vial and tuck it safely in my pocket. Do you have a pharmacy in there? He laughs softly, shaking his head. What kind of witch would I be if I didn't carry around a cure for a migraine? I should head back to the shop. I left Omen unattended with the kitchen cupboard unlocked. He'll lead me out of house and home. I did check there before I came here. He'd gotten into the suites. Shit. That's definitely my cue to leave. Whatever you experience today will still have happened tomorrow. I know what you hunters are like. No matter how scary August is, your report can wait until tomorrow. I smile up at him as he stands to leave. I promise I'm drained. I need my bed more than ever right now. Plus, I need to decide how to put all of this into words. This has changed everything for me, hasn't it? Yes, I'm afraid it did. Just... He sighs deeply, resting a hand upon my shoulder. Be mindful of who you share this information with, okay? There are eyes and ears everywhere. Good night, Fenry.
Good night, Ezra.
I stare out the window and I spot the first snowflakes falling from a star-dusted sky. Winter has arrived in Lunaris.
I feel like that's probably like chapter 3. I'm gonna save. Oh, nope, still 2. James. Who is James? Okay, I'm gonna take a quick pee and refill water break. I will be back in like, I don't know, like 2 minutes, less than 5 minutes. Okay, BRB. Hello, I'm back. This is while your hydration is doing. Gonna have to take a pee break. Ugh, rude. I'm good. I don't need that long a break. Okay, crack. Okay. And just drink some more water. Just sit here. Yeah. Self-care big importante. I mean, I feel like it's self-care that my streams are on the shorter side, you know? Weba. Like, I usually stream for 3 hours on a weeknight because self-care. I don't want to be tired for work in the morning. It's usually, unless I'm like super into it, and then it's like, let's keep going. Who knows? My headache is persistent as I lay in bed, but nothing can possibly stop me from falling asleep after the day I've had. Yep. I finished the tea that I made with the flowers Ezra gave me, hoping that it begins to take effect. I close my eyes, but just before I drift off, a distant whisper.
My name was James.
Okay. I open my eyes to the incessant sound of fists banging on my door. Oh my god, I pick up sound, great. My head is still pounding, a fuzzy haze settling over me as I drag myself from the relative comfort of my bed and attempt to ignore the ache that has made itself at home behind my eyeballs. I blink once, twice, and... shit. It's dark? Surely I slept for more than a few hours. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, is he being a dick? Wow.
You'd better hope I found you. You better hope you're dead in a bloody ditch somewhere. Fuck. Hunter Helsing. If you don't open this door in the next 5 seconds, then you'll have to pay for a new one.
I grimace, thinking that might actually be the preferred option right now. Did I really sleep for a whole day? Well, at least my death will be at the hands of something other than a ghastly creature, I suppose. Small victories. I look out the window, and it's most definitely past sundown. Lunaris is covered in snow, a pristine blanket of perfect white glistening in the moonlight. Dude, we slept for an entire day? Damn. There are more people in the street than I've seen the whole time I've been in Lunaris, and they're hanging brightly colored bunting from between the crooked little houses. What the heck is bunting?
I have things to do. Important things. I can hear you in there, you know.
The thought of opening the door and seeing August ready to tear my head off is less than appealing. Especially when I probably look like I've been dragged through a fey nest and left for dead. I gather my wits and shout as cheerily as I can muster. I'll be down in 5 minutes. I hear a series of incoherent mumbles from the other side of the door, followed by a clack of heels as they walk away without much of a fight. I want a full body. I want to see their heels. I get the feeling I'm in a lot of trouble. Wonderful. The wolf is full to the brim with red-faced patrons, all wearing far fancier outfits than the usual uninteresting garments they tend to sport. I also see August scowling in the corner, but I almost don't recognize them out of their uniform. They spot me, and I can almost feel my blood freezing as that ice-cold gaze fixes upon me. Ooh. Look at that outfit. Is that their boots up to their, like, thighs? They've got thigh-high boots? Wild.
We thought you were missing. I almost had a search party sent out for you.
Yes, you look good. I catch myself staring as August impatiently taps their foot, clearly waiting for an apology. They look different, more relaxed, and far more approachable. It certainly doesn't help my growing infatuation with them. I'm in love with everyone. This is a harem for me, and me alone. I don't even like harem anime, but if it's me involved, I'll take it. Not IRL, obviously, just in games. You look different. Amazing, actually. Their footstills, a dark brow raising in what I'm hoping is interest. Yes. I can raise them up.
I do,
Oh god, that was bad.
I do,
I smile, biting my lip to prevent it from growing as wide as I'd like it to. Yes, you do. You have impeccable taste, General.
Thank you, Fenry. It's hard to find a decent tailor in these parts, so
Oh, do they sew their own clothes? That's cute. They halt their words, narrowing their gaze, apparently suddenly suspicious of my curiosity.
Flattery will get you nowhere. Certainly not today where you've shown yourself up so horribly.
I'm really sorry. I didn't do it on purpose. They raised their hand, silencing me.
I don't want to hear it. If you had attended this morning's meeting, you would know that there's quite an important event happening this evening. We don't have much time thanks to your tardiness, so please bear with me while I explain. We are in the middle of a crisis, yes, but the Lunar Festival is unavoidable. Harry thinks if we postpone or cancel it, the town will erupt in chaos. They need stability now more than ever, and the last thing we need is more panic.
Lunar Festival? A festival? Well, there are horrible murders being committed.
Trust me, I know it's abhorrent. To be quite honest, it's a yearly tradition that's been around for centuries, one that Harry holds dear. He's been distant lately. We need our leader back, and if this helps, then I'm willing to play along. I expect you to do the same. No questions asked, understood?
I hardly agree, but I have more than enough on my mind that I need to figure out. But the look August is giving me tells me that I have little to no choice.
Also, there's an ad soon. I'm sorry. Kind of. They're short and painless, I swear.
I ponder their question for a little longer than necessary for dramatic effect, feeling them growing impatient. Absolutely anything you need. They relax at that, their pretty eyes bright as they stare me down.
Good. Between you and me, I personally think it's a complete and utter waste of time and resources, especially in the middle of such a crisis. Crisis.
They sigh heavily, shrugging as if they've already admitted defeat.
Alas, it's important to Harry that we stick with said tradition and show the people of Lunaris that everything is exactly as it should be.
So just forget about the horrible murders and my sworn duty to protect and serve the people for a night then.
Yes, you've got it.
And I don't have a choice.
Do you ever...
Point taken. A rather loud cheer rings out from the doorway, and August grimaces, running a hand over their face.
The festival itself takes place in the market. Please represent us well, Hunter. All eyes will be on you, and this is the perfect opportunity for you to introduce yourself to the town.
Then they look me up and down, apparently unsatisfied with my presentation.
You'll want to change it to something a little more interesting, and I suggest you find someone to escort you. It would look a little odd having you wander around by yourself. We have to show solidarity.
Oh, is this who I'm finding to escort me? Oh god, is this like picking my route? Let me save. Choose your fighter. Oh god, okay. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 6. Oh gosh. I'm stressed. Vampire hottie with big titties. Yeah, but I can't do his voice. I'm so indecisive. Definitely not Omen. I think he's a weirdo. Pepper seems nice. Between Alcar, August, and I guess Titty Vampire. Fine, Nova. I'll do your Titty Vampire. I'll put it on a separate file so I can just go back to this.
I have someone that could... I have someone who can show me around.
Very well. Just remember that all eyes are on you. And don't forget to change.
I nod, smiling politely.
Wait, let me say this on a separate... Whoop. Lunar, Finn.
Yes, General.
Good evening, Hunter.
They tug on an expensive-looking fur coat and head out into the chill. I look down at my outfit, sighing as I resign myself to the fact that I probably should change. I stand in the street, feeling a little lost. Last time I saw Finn, he was hanging out in the graveyard like all good vampires do, but I'd rather avoid going there again after what happened last night. The only other idea that pops into my head is to ask Ezra if he can direct me to him. I feel a strange connection to Finn, especially after last night. He was so kind and caring, and though I feel a little foolish for being enthralled so fast, life is short, as they say. Unless, of course, you're Finn, who's 600. I reach the shop, the mage light lantern just flickering and fading as I approach, signaling that its owner is leaving the premises. The door swings open, and I'm met by a startled-looking Ezra. Fenry, are you okay?
Ooh, let me drink some water. Ooh, different outfit. This outfit's kind of got a lot going on. I don't know if I'm a fan. It does not look very cohesive. I don't think I like the little strappies. I wish they're like matched the rest of it. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge too hard.
I'm fine. I was wondering if you could help me find Finn. His expression relaxes and a sly smile crosses his lips. Oh, of course I can. You'll have to come inside, though. Omen waits patiently by the counter, smiling shyly at me as I enter. Hello, Omen.
God, he just looks so wild. I just hate the tiara and the hair and ugh.
Are you coming to the festival with us? Before I can speak, Ezra gracefully interrupts. Nope, Finn. Oh, nope, Finn. I assume you want him to escort you to the festival. Did Gus request that you attend? I nod, and Omen seems confused but enthusiastic nonetheless. Oh, okay. Well, have fun. Ezra winks at me.
Swear to God, it was the cat screaming again. Come in, you little shit. He has been yoinked. Nope. You made this bed, now you lie in it.
Ezra winks at me, quietly ordering the demon to stay put while he directs me towards the back room.
Why is Finn in the back room? Oh no, we were getting changed. Got it.
Ezra stands beside the trap...
Oh, no, we are going to Finn.
Besides the trapdoor that sits in the center of the room, turning to face me, his eyes sparkling. I want to see a trick.
A trick?
He laughs, bending down to unhook the latch. I almost expect him to cast a spell, but... Watch and learn. He lays flat on the ground, sticking his head through a pitch-black hole. A startlingly cold breeze wafting up from the underground. It smells damp and old. Not exactly appealing.
Baby yoink. Yes, I yoinked the baby.
I remember Omen mentioning something about there being catacombs beneath the town, but they weren't marked on the map that I received in my summons. Ezra yells into the hatch, and his voice echoes eerily in the darkness. Finnegan, quickly, please. I don't have all night. I stare at him as he stands and runs his hand over his tunic. He'll be along shortly. Would you like me to wait with you? I hear the front door of the shop opening, followed by muffled laughter. Ezra's eyes widen and he grimaces. That's probably my cue to go. I can't leave those two unsupervised for too long. Without something getting broken. Do you mind? Those two? He sighs, throwing me a sorry look. Omen and Alkar. Alkar likes to tease him. Tell him unsavory things that I can't risk him repeating in public. Again. Unfortunately, Omen isn't fully attuned to the ways of our world just yet, so having a Lycan who enjoys causing trouble around him can lead to some issues. He sounds exasperated, but he looks strangely happy. I can tell he has a lot of affection for his little band of supernatural misfits. Aw, that's cute. We love a cute little, polycule. That is until a loud crash rings out from the shop. Oh, dear. I can wait. Go on. Do you need me to lock up? Would you? Finn knows how. Thank you so much. He grins, and there's a knowing look in his eyes. Have fun. He won't keep you waiting too long. He's usually quite punctual. See you later, Ezra. He bids me a quick farewell, leaving me standing in the middle of the room, apparently waiting for a vampire to pop up from under the floorboards. What is my life? I wander over to the countertop while I wait, inspecting the paintings that adorn the walls. The one that sticks out to me the most is a striking portrait of Ezra. He has his eyes closed and he looks so peaceful. I idly wonder if he did these himself.
Oh my god, I don't even remember.
Did you like them?
Do you like them? Oh my god. Okay, we made the right choice. Look at him. Oh my god. This is such a good look.
I turn, startled but somehow not surprised to find Finn standing right before me. I glance down and the hatch is already closed and latched.
I know. Hello, sir? Oh, he showed more titty now. He's like, oh look, there's like a tattoo too, which I didn't super notice before. It's just gonna be slow titty reveal.
You did these. He nods, leaning in to inspect his work. He looks dashing in a rather extravagant, well-tailored coat that ends just below his knees. I assume he's dressed like this to simply fit in rather than to keep warm. The dangerously low cut of his shirt fully confirms my theory. I did. It's a silly hobby of mine. You tend to have many hobbies when you have an eternity stretched out before you.
Well,
they're beautiful. You're quite talented, you know. His arm brushes mine as he steps closer, and I try not to shiver. I've had centuries of practice, so I could probably serve to be a little better. But I find myself lacking a muse lately, my inspiration gone.
trying to be like eternity stretched out before him. Oh my gosh, Nova. Yeah. Sir, are you leaving again? I swear to God. The most annoying cat.
He reaches out to trace his fingertip over the petal of one of the white anemones that takes pride of place in a smaller painting.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Those words didn't make sense in my brain.
That's a shame. He shrugs as if he's unbothered, but the sly smile that curls at his lips hints at something else. He turns to meet my gaze, and I'm still caught off guard by the startling brightness of those golden eyes. I idly wonder if I'll ever get used to them. Though, I'm sure I'll find one soon. Then a wolfish grin affords me a quick glance at his fangs. Before I can get too lost in it, he turns and heads for the front of the shop. I gather my wits and follow him. Finn locks the shop up with practiced ease, placing his iron palm flat against the door. The markings thrum to life for the briefest of moments, a faint magical shimmer rolling over the weathered wood. What was that? Finn joins me on the street and flexes the fingers of his prosthetic. Ezra uses wards to protect the shop, just to be cautious. There's plenty of nasty little things lurking around here who would quite like to get their hands on his wares. Plus, it's just another handy little trick this thing can do. Another? He raises a dark eyebrow at me, sticking his hand in his coat pockets. That's for me to know. I scoff playfully, picking up my pace to catch up with him as he attempts to hide his smirk by wandering ahead. So how many of these lunar festivals have you attended? I fall in step with him, finding myself strangely transfixed with how human he can be in moments like this. Let me see. I think I lost count a few decades ago, to be honest. We'll just go with a lot. There are so many things I long to ask him, but I wonder how boring it must get for someone who has lived as long as him to tell me the same stories over and over again.
Oh, tell the same stories. No. No. Stop it. Just sit there.
So you really live under the town. How big is your clan? 13, including me. So relatively small. And yes, there are catacombs that run right beneath us. It's quite cozy down there, actually. I crinkle my nose at him, earning a laugh. Hey, don't look at me like that. It is, I swear. We take full advantage of the fact that we have somewhere safe and comfortable to live during daylight hours, without confining ourselves to caves or boarded up dives. Boarded up dives. Oh, it means like a bar. I'm sure you're the envy of the other clans. They mostly despise us. We aren't quite murderous or hungry enough for them. Are you, close with any of your clan members? He promptly stops walking, his boots scuffing against the icy cobblestones. That's how you can tell it's near the end of stream, when I can fully not talk anymore. Kabada said blah. Close. I clear my throat, shrugging and trying to brush it off. I know what I mean, and I think he does too. You know, intimate. I haven't heard of many vampires who don't have mates. Especially those who are clan leaders. He's a clan leader. Did he say that? He probably said that. He probably said that and I was fully just not paying attention. He stares me down. I don't have a partner right now, no. I can't say I'm interested in getting into a relationship with my own kind. Isn't that lonely? His laugh is noticeably tinged with a little sadness. There are many ways to cure loneliness. However, being immortal is inherently lonely, regardless of your relationship status. So if you don't favor other vampires in that way, what species do you prefer to seek the company of? He starts walking again, tipping his head for me to follow. Humans, of course. Oh my god, we're flirting hard. He tilts his head, carefully nudging me with his elbow as he steps a little closer. I bite my lip, trying to stop an idiotic smile from spreading across my face. Well, it's just so lucky I happen to be human then, isn't it? He moves to stand in front of me, walking backwards, a shit-eating grin on that infuriatingly handsome face. Quite lucky indeed. I try to avert my gaze and step ahead slightly, but he follows me with a smile. One that has heat creeping onto my cheeks, even in this impossible cold. Aren't you supposed to be escorting me, not teasing me? Oh, but you're so easy to tease. I do enjoy making you blush. The color suits you. I roll my eyes, stopping dead in my tracks, earning a laugh from him. Okay, after this little scene, I'll stop it and stream after this little. I just can't like blue balls it. I'm not blushing, it's freezing. Apparently I'm a liar now. He reaches for my wrist, his long fingers gently curling around it, his thumb pressed against my fluttering pulse. His gaze flickers to the point of contact, then back to my face. My skin is somehow alight, even underneath his cold touch. He's asking for permission, and I nod, granting it to him. He turns my hand over in his own, my palm facing up. He traces the lines: head, life, sun, fate, and heart, and he watches me intently as he does so. You know, I can feel every hitch of your breath, every rush of blood in your veins, the steady and not so steady beat of your heart. There's no hiding from me, Hunter. I clear my throat, finding it hard to form words. Same, me, same. His touch is so painfully gentle it almost aches. No hiding, He pauses over my pulse, pressing a little harder and feeling it protest against his fingertips. My instincts are not something I can switch off, but you really have no reason to hide. I'm not going to hurt you, unless you ask nicely. He slowly releases me, guiding my hand back to my side, and I miss the contact the moment it's gone. Oh, my throat is like, ha! You're impossible. With a shrug, he's moving onward, his hands back in his pockets. He throws me a look over his shoulder, something soft and affectionate. Humans. Okay, I will save it here, and then we'll save this until next time. Thank you guys so much for joining me for the first of, I hope, many of this game. Probably keep back on this one, either, I don't know, maybe I'll throw it as part of my Halloween variety hour, or if not, then probably next Tuesday. But yeah, let's do a little raid. Let's see who's streaming. This one is very good. Yes, it feels very good. I'm enjoying it. Oh, that's pretty similar. Similar vibes. Just double checking. Okay. Okay, we're gonna raid out to Swimming Link, who's playing Monster Prom, which I feel like is a similar vibe to this. Oh, they're doing a Monster Prom collab. We love collabs. This is such a good idea. I really want to do a Monster Prom collab. But yes, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out, watching me play this game. I'll be not streaming. I'll be watching movies tomorrow on the Discord, which I will drop here. And here's the socials. There we go. Goodbye, and thank you again so much. I will see you guys on Thursday for my Halloween variety stream, because I'm not doing anything, so might as well stream. Good night.